what's his name? The one who played
Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, Josh Hart. And I was like, oh, you play the perfect guy who would steal another man's wife,
Yeah,
just like
right.
Pearl
You
Harbor.
would.
You would, you
fuck.
fucker. Trying to steal Ben Affleck's wife over there.
What is this?
Oh, Ed,
Your
right?
MO, man? You're a sleaze bag. And then you fucking when she turns you
Fucker.
down, you're a little bitch.
And he's like, your wife has never been touched like that before. And shit like that. And he's drawing her naked and stuff. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You ass. You big old ass.
Can't trust that
I'm
guy.
telling you, man, he's the Pearl Harbor creep.
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor creep. He steals other men's ladies. Watch out now. Hide your
Pearl
kids.
Harbor hustler.
Hide your wives.
Literally.
You don't want to be with me, huh? Blood everywhere. Hey, what is up, motherfucker?
What's up?
You're a little laggy on that side.
Huh?
You're a little laggy on your end.
On
Just
my
a tad.
end, from my perception, you look laggy.
Saying it's me, bro. You believe
I
me?
don't know.
How are you, man?
Not bad. How you doing?
Not bad. Not bad myself. Lovely Sunday. Are you hearing me 2 seconds later? Is that how I'm presuming?
I mean, to me, it sounds normal. If you're thinking I'm responding 2 seconds later, then maybe I am.
Anyway, what's up, buddy?
Nothing much. What's up with you? What happened? Why don't you tell us about your first day as a purple belt?
Oh, my first day. Going there, I assume. All right. Yeah. Can you still see the aftermath? It's like it's okay.
Little
Makes it look
bit.
like I'm
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah. What happened?
Yeah.
It does. Black and blue, man. You got two black
Purple
eyes.
belt. Yeah, dude. It was kind of funny. Going to restaurants and shit. People just, I noticed people staring. Like, what's going on here?
Are you a battered husband?
Yeah, that's kind of funny. That maybe people thought I was getting abused by Janice next to me. Right? I think that's why I made like, hey, let me put on a Henzo shirt. So if people can put 2 to 2 together, maybe you got that from some of that jiu-jitsu shit he's doing over there.
Thing you're doing.
Yeah, they punch each other and karate chop, right? That's probably what happened. Little did they know it was an accident. This isn't a normal thing, people. Yeah, but
yeah, I mean, what was it on Tuesday?
Yeah. Yeah, it happened on a Tuesday class. Just I was rolling with this guy, and he's known in our gym to be like, like roll with him. Like you're gonna have a fun time, as I should say. Like you're gonna go rough. So he went rough, especially knowing, well, he's a blue belt. So, oh man, oh, congrats! Like I guess he didn't know I was a purple belt. First time seeing it. So.
It's like now I can show my stuff.
So I think he was in that determination, like, okay, I mean, when we roll, it's usually neck and neck. Maybe I have a dominant position in the end here or there.
Yeah.
But so this one we're going at it, and I somehow got him in a heel hook. And he was like, okay. Like he didn't like after like I got locked in. I wasn't going for it or anything. but I locked it and held it, and he was just like, "All right, you got me." Like checkmate kind of shit, you know. Like he doesn't need to try to hurt his leg trying to get out of it. He's just like,
Yeah.
"All right, good job, man." But after that, I was trying to pass his guard, and he maybe had like a knee shield or something. And during the knee shield or whatever, I got a foot right on my nose, kind of like yeah, someone just roundhouse kicked me, poof, and instantly like blood dripping down. Like, what the fuck is going on? And
I remember you saying that you never had a bloody nose before this. Previously, I remember you saying something like that.
I had my nose hit before, and it would bleed,
but it blood. Oh,
but
okay.
it never bled like this before. Like, yeah, I had it in Pleasanton one time. Just a couple, blood,
couple drops
going down, couple drops. So, put the napkin in. Everything's okay. This one was like, holy shit! Like it wouldn't stop going. It was kind of like it was kind of a daze a little bit. I was just like, whoa, what the fuck? Just like straight in the middle of my forehead.
Yeah.
I just remember kind of like being really sweaty, and I needed to lay down. And yeah, but everything was okay after a while. I just needed time and some water.
Blooded up your new white gi.
My friend today was like, "Oh man, I don't want to like alarm you, whatever." But like he was like talking about like CTE shit with me. I'm like, "Oh jeez, man." I mean, I didn't get checked, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you could get that from just riding jet skis.
I would use the jet ski. Oh shit!
Come on,
CTE is happening. Right? I mean,
right? I mean, come on. What are you not gonna live?
Yeah, I don't want to OJ it up and get all mad and.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's levels. There's levels to this shit, right? It's not like, the guys in the NFL that are getting full on hit at 30 miles an hour.
Or MMA people that constantly
It's like once in how many years, right?
Well, people like to instill fear. Like, oh, you gotta watch out! Like, oh shit! It's like,
what's this? What am I gonna do about it?
I don't know. But he is at the he's a part of the medical industry, so he would be like, gotta get checked. And, I don't know.
Did you go to the doctor?
No. I iced it, and next morning I was like, oh, okay. And I'm the kind of person, if it's sore, I don't want it to just like not move it. Like if I have a sore wrist, it's not like, oh, I'm not gonna use it for a couple of. I'm like, okay, constantly trying to actively move it around and things like that. So for my nose, I'm like trying to like just trying to jiggle it and stuff. Massage it down, shit like that. Yeah. And active recovery, I should say. I felt like Home Alone 2. Our schnauzes, Harry. Oh. With the fucking whatever smashed them, that tool.
They're always getting smashed.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of which one it was, but I'm thinking about the one going down the stairs.
Yeah.
But,
the toolbox.
Yeah, toolbox. But hey, I mean, made a cool Instagram video.
Yeah.
Give you that.
Everybody's like, oh,
first day. Oh.
Well,
and then black belt's like, oh, that's he's like, oh, that figures, first day,
happens.
Like that. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What were you gonna say?
You're frozen.
You're frozen too. Wait, let's do a test. Test the internet. Let me see if it's mine. Oh wait, are we gonna
so you can blame me?
I'm not blaming. I just want to get to the bottom line.
the bottom of this.
Do you not want to figure it out? Okay.
What was
I
it
can
again?
leave it.
Speed test.
Just test internet.
No, yeah,
speed.
let's just leave it. Let's not embarrass anybody.
Anybody? It's only you or me.
I.e. me. let's not embarrass anybody.
But
I can't help it.
It is what it is. So yeah, the first day, I have to say though, besides the whole getting hit in the face, like before that, it was really funny because I don't know what it was. Like this belt unlocked like a new level, and I just started rolling differently. And I think it's
Really?
because the confidence, like there's something
Feel more
about
confident.
yeah, or just like your status, it just made you think I am a purple belt, and then you start moving like it. I don't know. It's really weird. I was talking to him about my professor, and he was like, "Yeah, it's like a thing. There's something about like all of a sudden, you change
You're not
you change your belt, and then all of a sudden, like you just move differently. Like, yeah, it's a phenomenon. I'm not
you're
saying,
not
yeah, I'm
second
not trying to
guessing
stroke my
yourself. You're more
ego or anything.
confident.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
guess
know what you mean.
it's more reactionary confidence because
Mhm.
I'd imagine if you hesitated, you're like 0.3 seconds slower because you're second guessing, while the other prince is like, "I got you," and then
Yeah.
that's how he he wins the flow that you both are doing. And
That
I
makes
was thinking
sense.
about even being in pain. You're thinking of because the next day I rolled with the
Mhm.
sore. There's times where it hit me and I'm like, oh fuck. And then someone does something because I was dealing with the pain and it took me out of
You're
my flow.
distracted.
And it's just
Mhm.
fascinating. Pain. How's your arm, by the way? It's good?
It's good. Yeah,
Nice.
I was able to go 2 days this week, and it was fine. And
Nice.
now, whenever somebody straightened my arm in an arm bar, I just tap,
Fuck
or
you.
they break my
Oh,
grip.
I thought you were gonna say,
Yeah, as
fuck
soon as they
you.
break my no, as soon as they break my grip, I'm like, all right, you got it. You got it.
Oh, okay.
You don't need to
Just
crank my arm.
just to be on the safe side, right?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't need another elbow injury.
Mm,
Even the other arm, I'm like, you got it. You break a grip. You got it.
yeah. I've I think for white
But
belts, like sorry, go ahead. Oh, you want me to go? For white belts now, like when they do arm bars, like I know when it's probably gonna be weak. So I like to escape. Like it's fun to escape from arm bars now. Like
mm,
it's like they're giving me a puzzle that I have to solve on my end. Like, but I'm giving them like full advantage. But yeah, it's kind of fun. We both get a lesson because then they get to see how someone escapes, right? And then they
mm-hmm.
learn. Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I unlocked special powers, kind of, just just by the belt, kind of thing.
The power of belief. It's belief.
I have the power, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And then today was my first open mat as a purple, and man, it was really tough because all the purples wanted to go with me. For some reason, I
Oh
went with a
man.
lot of purples today.
Welcome to the
And
club.
there's one purple that always gives me a hard time, but I think I was just being annoying. Like he kept going, trying to choke me, but I kept slithering
Mm-hmm.
out, and then we get in the same position, and he tries to choke me. I slither out, and then we're in that same fucking position again.
Yeah.
But it feels like like you couldn't tap me today. I'm happy. Like I'm not there trying to tap him, but I'm just like, yeah, you didn't tap me today.
Yeah. You didn't get
Some
me.
of the
That's all that
some of the purple
matters.
belts are really good there. I'm just like shit.
Yeah. Hey man,
I got tapped a couple of times though.
it's levels, right? There's all these
Yeah.
levels.
There was a big black guy who was a brown belt, and he wanted to roll, and he had a tripod and he was recording. I was like, oh shit, here we
Oh
go. So you
man.
can watch me getting choked. and review it. Shit. But while I was getting choked, like I could see the camera, and I was like, I was giving a shock. So like when he reviews it, he's like seeing me do a shock. I was just having
Hey,
fun.
You didn't flip it off.
Fuck you. But yeah, it was good day. Good day. It was a
good first week.
Yeah. Feels I don't know. I haven't felt I'm not like in a leadership role or anything there yet, but everything feels the same.
You're brand new purple. Give you a little time.
A little more time. I am the I've been the uke. You know uke, right? Because you're the judo guy. You know uke. Do you know uke? It's like training dummy in judo. You're like the person always getting tossed. So I was being the uke for my professor whenever he teaches a move. He usually picks me. I was like, oh, let me show you the move. Is he gone? Well, folks, Miguel got disconnected. We'll see him in a couple minutes. See what happens. Hey, welcome back.
All
right. What was the last thing you heard me say, buddy?
Training dummy.
Yeah, in judo.
You were the training dummy.
Yeah, training dummy for my professor lately. So that's cool, being the dummy.
Oh, like showing like
with the move.
I see.
Yeah, which is kind of cool because it's kind of like if I ever want to teach, I'm seeing it hands-on being done to me and seeing how he explains it. Yeah. I find it pretty beneficial. It's like, whoa. Whoa. Sweet. And then when he talks about like, see the detail, you put your foot here, and then like I see where it's putting it on me. It's like, oh, I see. Yeah. Things like that. Yeah. But anyway, cool first day. I'm first week as a perp. And we'll see how the second week. Maybe I'll be crying too. Like, oh, I hate being a purple. Oh, but right now it's a good week.
Yeah, it's a new chapter, right? It's an exciting time. It's a long time coming.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What more can I say? I love jiu-jitsu. Here we go.
Here we go.
We're just gonna run in the family from here on out. Our grandchildren is gonna be doing jiu-jitsu, and our grand. You fancy. You know, rear naked choke was the cool thing back in my day. Whatever, like,
what is dippity shit?
What is, man? If 100 years pass by, could the art? I know it will change, but like, I don't know what it'll look like in 100 years. The art of grappling, even MMA. Will there be more new moves and stuff? Like, you know, like the backwards elbow, like thing on MMA. I was like, oh shit! Like, who's the first one to think duck and hit someone back here? You know.
I don't know, right? It's stuff that you can't even imagine until you see it. Then you're like, what? Why didn't anybody else think of that?
Yeah. Maybe there's
right, like the buggy choke.
Prayer. In MMA, not in jiu-jitsu. The prayer
chop,
punch.
Double prayer hand chop.
Yeah. The buggy choke you were saying, right? With the
right. Like that. That's a newer thing.
Even though I can't do it, I try.
Yeah,
like I don't have it.
It's something that like, yeah.
And the Mikey lock
legs.
Yeah, Mikey lock. Musamechi has his own variation of a heel hook. And yeah, I can go on forever. Who knows?
I could go on forever.
There was someone attacking like my leg with the lapel or something, and he was trying to flip me, but he had his heel out, and I was like, I'm just gonna pretend like I'm gonna heel hook him, and it scared him. Like, to me, I don't think it would have worked, but he was like, oh shit. So whatever he do, he was abandoning, and I was able to like wiggle out of what he was doing.
Right.
Tricked you, like, I think
it's
gonna work. I do that for mount. Like, if I'm kind of like low on the mount, I do like a Ezekiel, and then like, oh shit. So they bring their arms up, and then you scoot your legs higher up just because they're trying to deal with their neck.
Yeah. I think you've told me that. Yeah.
I'm repeating myself.
No, I mean, like, you're right. You're not attacking it with the intent of submitting, just opening up something else.
Yeah. There you go.
Or
you purposely make your mount weak so they want to turn, so then you get the bow and arrow.
Yeah. Riding that wave, like baiting, right? Baiting.
That wave ride, that's one of my favorite things, when they show you your back and you're like, oh, thanks. You take the collar.
Sucker.
So how's your jits doing, man? I feel like I'm talking. Tell me how the 2 days have been.
Tuesday was my first day back after resting my arm. And
my sweet arm.
Well, yeah, because this is the arm that I had. I don't know if I said last time that I dislocated
Jag off
in high school.
Sorry. He didn't hear my joke. Never mind.
No,
you dislocated.
I think he's
dislocated. Excuse me.
Yeah,
in high school.
So is this? Yeah, in high school.
So you think there's old wounds that you unlocked?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, like, the ligaments have already been previously stretched out, right? And yeah. So, anywho, but Tuesday was good. Tuesday I was feeling pretty good. Nogi, I felt like, I don't know. After taking the break, I felt fresh, and I'm starting to feel like, hey, maybe I am a blue belt after all. And
you believe in Peter?
Yeah, believing. And even like, it's crazy to see, because I was gone for a month on vacation, and seeing like the makeup of the gym has already kind of changed. Like, there's a bunch of new white belts now.
Oh,
man. Like in the gi class,
like,
I'm like, oh,
hey, what's up?
Yeah, it's like,
I'm the blue belt, and they're like, oh, blue belt.
It's strange to see like the progression as far as like, dude, I was the brand new guy, and then now I've moved on to the next stage. It was strange, and then I being paired up with a white belt, and giving them a couple like, hey, don't forget to put your foot here, or don't forget to have this grip here, and so
now you feel like ownership.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is happening? How did this happen?
Now you feel like you're a part of the community, like you're giving back already.
Yeah, and it just, I don't know, in my mind, I'm like, oh man, I'm still brand new, which, it's been less than a year. So I feel like that's a logical thing, a logical mindset. But then at the same time, I look around and I'm like, no, there's like guys that are like brand new who don't know anything. And like, just me observing the move of the day and giving them like, hey, don't forget this part of it. Don't forget. Oh yeah, even in no-gi, it was both classes. I was paired up with brand new guys, and just kind of like, hey, remember, Professor said to do this with your arm, or you gotta bring your knee here, and it's like, oh, I'm
I know shit.
Dude, I'm starting to learn some words, man. I'm learning words and trying to teach others words, and so Tuesday felt pretty good as far as drilling and trying to like help the newer guys along, and then the training was good,
Mhm.
bowling was good, but then Thursday I kind of got put back in my place.
Oh, really? Do you
Yeah,
think
no gi.
you're still fatigued from Tuesday?
No, we did something a little different. We did for no gi, for rolling, we did a 10-minute round, 5-minute round, 10-minute round. So it was
Wow.
just long ass fucking rounds.
You mean no lesson? It was just rounds that day?
No, we did a lesson, but I mean after. Like usually
Oh,
we
okay.
do 3 to 5 minute rounds. So to have like a
Messing with
10-minute
your
round is like,
you're messing with your stamina tank because of like you're not
yeah,
used to
it's like
10 minutes.
yeah, 10
Mm.
minute nonstop. I'm like, oh man, it's a long time.
It makes me really appreciate the 45-minute ones or like no limit. Like, dude, they're just gonna roll until someone gets tired and
Yeah.
they stop.
Yeah,
Because I would,
yeah.
it's just like gas tank reservation. Like, fuck, stay here until I can breathe. Then,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, because I'm used to like, all right, 5 minutes being the long round, but this was like, oh shit, there's still 5 minutes to go.
You can see people's gas tank that like maybe that he submitted you the first couple minutes, but he's like tiring. Like, oh
Hmm.
fuck, I can get this guy now. He's getting tired.
Hmm.
Come on,
Yeah, yeah,
Miguel, get him.
yeah.
You know, I don't know how
Um,
the rolls went.
uh, not the best. I was the one that was running out of gas.
Oh, okay.
There's a certain point where I'm like, oh god, oh,
Was it like a
all
higher
right, I
belt?
just gotta. The first one was a higher belt. I dare to say, well, then the second one was a dude that I roll with a lot. He's a white belt, but we're, we have a good little cat and mouse game. And then the third one, I think he might have been a white belt, and he kind of like he did pretty
He
good.
got you. He got
He
you.
got me.
Oh
Got me.
man, it's okay, man.
Like,
It sucks
man,
sometimes.
he fucking got me.
Is that your
But
first time a white belt getting you as a blue belt,
I
or did
don't
it
think
happen
so.
already?
It's hard to know. Like in the nogi, I'm just judging based on they started coming after me.
Oh, okay, got it.
But I think so. I think he. But then again, I'm like, well, I did take a month off, and he's probably been training this whole time.
Yeah,
So, hey man, and it was a 10-minute round.
yeah.
It happens.
It's okay. You
On
could.
but on the flip side of the coin, like on Tuesday, some blue belt visited our gym, and you know,
He's really
um,
good.
well, no, one of the rounds, my professor was like, he was like, he caught my attention. He's like, oh, go with this guy. Like, so I went with him,
You.
and
What is this Cobra guy? Hey,
yeah,
Johnny,
yeah,
get over there and
yeah,
show him something.
well, like, yeah, I think he was like pairing the guy up with all the blue belts.
He
So
had
like,
his arms crossed.
yeah.
Sweep the leg, bitch. Come on.
I mean,
All right.
this guy outsized me, right? And, I'm the biggest guy, but dude, like
He's bigger
at
than
one
me.
point, yeah, I think he might. I think he was bigger than you. He is bigger than you. But at one point, like I
Wait, is
can't
this Nogi?
remember. Oh, this is in gi.
Nogi.
In gi. Gi. Gi.
Gi. Gi. Yes, gi.
So I was in his guard, and I was just holding his belt, his waist. I mean, and then the other arm on his waist, trying to break his guard, and he was trying to, do something, but he couldn't break my posture. So I think he might have used up all his energy trying to break my posture, because at some point, we ended up standing, and I went for a shot, but I didn't get the shot, and he was in front of me, and I was like turtled, right, and I was waiting for him to try to get my back,
You stayed
and I
there.
just yeah, I just put my arm up, got the takedown, and then I was mounted him, I was mount, and then he tapped, and I
He
didn't even
tapped.
do anything. He tapped on the mount, and he's like, I'm
Mm.
gassed. And there was like maybe 20 seconds left in the round. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
I know the feel. I've never tapped to like, gassing out, but I've been on the
Yeah.
verge where I'm like, oh fuck. Especially if like someone is like smashing. have you ever had someone just put their chest on your face just so you can't breathe? So if you're
Yeah,
breathing really
yeah,
hard, like it can
yeah,
suck.
yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah, yeah. No, I've been
and
there, but
I've
I've
been close
never.
to wanting to tap from exhaustion, but
Mhm.
I can see where he's coming from.
Yeah, but I wasn't even smashing him. Like, dude, I
You just
literally had just, I literally just
he
got
just
the
doesn't have a
mount, and then
tank. Was this the
he's like,
10-minute one?
no, this was
Oh.
I think this was a 5 minute. This is not, yeah, this is a different day, different class.
Oh,
But it
okay.
just reminded me of that, about like, well, at least I didn't gas out that much where I'm like, I'm
Hmm.
done.
Yeah.
I just
You
ended
don't
up
really
getting
think
some.
about that size. Even people are muscularly. Someone who is overweight, you would think, oh, they're gonna gas out. Like, no, the overweight guy, he can go on forever, baby. The
Mhm.
muscular guy, probably too much weightlifting, and he's all tired from fucking 2 hours of
Yeah, yeah, I don't
lifting.
know.
So,
Yeah, yeah, I don't know what it was, but I was just like, oh, all right, well, I
do
guess
you seem
one
like a
job.
big dude? Like he was a muscular one?
Not like super muscular, just like, maybe like, I would say he's maybe like 6 footer,
Okay,
maybe, I don't know,
but
close to
he
190.
had a burst of energy in the beginning, and it just like petered out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was going hard, and like I said, he was really trying to break my posture, and because I was in his guard and trying to break my posture, but
That's
man.
how the guy who did this to me, his game is kind of like that. He's very burst, but
Mhm.
during the 3 minute mark, like he just like, ugh, like I could feel like, oh, and then I pass his
That's it.
guard, like he's so tired.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's funny.
yeah, yeah, it was good
You gotta
being
appreciate
back.
your gas tank, you know. Got a good gas tank. Got a good gas tank.
Good enough. Not a 10 minute gas tank, but I got a 5 minute gas tank.
That's good, man.
Uh,
Yeah, that's cool, man. You outclass this bigger guy. Feels good.
yeah, and well, the fact that my professor like, Miguel, and we were rolling right in front of him, so I'm like, all right, I didn't embarrass myself.
Yeah. I went with a really big white belt, and I was like, fuck, he's gonna like put all his pressure on me and stuff. And he had a lot of pressure on me, but I was surprised that like it got him in a lockdown. And I don't know if I ever showed you what a lockdown is, or have you seen it done to you?
If I have, I wouldn't have known.
Just a way to
What
like
is?
entangle his legs and be really annoying, like so he can't pass my guard or something. But I was able to do a lockdown, and he had his arms because I pushed him, he had his arms out, and when he had his arms out, I could slip under his shoulder and take the back. It's like shoot, and it felt really good. Like, oh shit, like this big guy, I was able to do it on a big dude that didn't
Mm-hmm.
know that I could do a lockdown and do that. So I was
Yeah.
imagining what would happen if a big guy I went with on the street. I'm like, it's possible that I could be better at a scuffle than him, chances because
You're
I'm a
purple
purple.
belt, man. You
I
should.
know, I should. It's like, fuck, he's
Hell,
mounting
they
me. What
say
the fuck?
say a blue belt should.
I know. It's just like more pressure though. Like, oh, this might be on the Gracie breakdown. Oh, if I'm caught on camera like in a scuffle, like shit,
Yeah.
man. Henner might talk to
Better,
me, and
better show my skills.
yeah.
Uh,
Did I ever show you that one guy, who tried to rear naked someone in a Waffle House? It was like a
in a
white
ball
dude.
house? Ball
Huh?
pit?
No, a Waffle House. It was a
No.
white guy trying to rear naked, like a black dude, and he let go of the rear naked, and the guy just like, "Did you just try to rear naked me?" And he punched the shit out of him. I don't know if I can.
No, I didn't. I don't think you did.
Oh, I never showed that. Okay.
No, that doesn't sound
Um.
familiar at all. Try to rear
Okay.
naked me.
I felt so bad for the dude. I think he let go because someone told him, "Hey, let go." Dude, there's so much angry Waffle House videos. It's like, no, this is not the one I'm looking for.
There's a different one.
Yeah, there's so many. Not gonna find it, dude. Oh well. Just know that some guy tried to do a rear naked choke on
Oh
a
well.
on an individual who was he let go, and the guy just turned around like, "Did you just try to
rear
rear
naked?
Woo!" And he knocked him out
Oh,
because he tried to
Jesus.
rear naked choke him.
Oh
I felt
man.
really bad. Anywho, I think we exhausted the jiu-jitsu talk. What do you think? Do you have any more you want to talk about jits?
No,
All right.
just that I finally feel like I've crossed beyond being a brand new blue belt. So
You
that
feel like
feels
a
pretty good.
not seasoned, but
Not seasoned, but I'm not brand new anymore. And I mean, I guess it makes
marinated.
sense. It's
You're marinated.
yeah, it's been 3 months, about almost 3 months. So I took a month off. So
Yeah. 3 months, man. That's good. Went by quick.
time flies. I'm like, dude, I thought I just got feels like I just got promoted.
Yeah. I feel like I was just there.
Yeah, but that
Right?
was
2,
yeah,
3 weeks? Oh,
that was almost 2 months ago now. Month and a half. Month and a half.
jeez. Just feels like yesterday.
Right? Time
Yeah.
flies, man. Time is flying.
All right. What topic would you like to fly up my ass and talk about?
Well, since we're talking about flying, I guess we can talk about
Come fly with me.
Honolulu's
Oh, what about Honolulu?
Skyline.
What's going on with their skyline?
The Skyline is up and running. Oh, I don't even know if you know what the Skyline is.
Are you talking about the train?
Yeah, the rail. They renamed it the Skyline.
Oh my god! I was like thinking, what's in the sky? Do they have some magical light display like Korea has now, where they put up crazy LED things
They
in the
renamed
skyline?
the rail the Skyline, and it opened actually Fourth of July weekend.
Why did they
And
rename it? It's too
I don't
late
know,
now.
man.
Trying to put a new coat.
They did though. They're calling it the Skyline, and it opened during the 4th of July weekend.
Mhm.
And during the 4 days from Friday to 4th of July,
It's free.
it was free. Yeah,
I knew it. So you went on it, you bastard. Come on.
I didn't go on it. No, I didn't go on it.
Oh, you didn't go on it?
I'm like, fuck that shit, man. Everybody and their fucking grandma was riding that shit. Like on the yeah, literally
I
people
was
were just
imagining the
riding it.
grandpa. Woohoo!
That's what it was though. It was a pleasure ride. Like everybody was just there,
Did you
lined
get
up.
pleasured, ma'am?
They were lined up around the block just to get on the fucking train.
To get on a train.
Yeah.
If there was a line like that in SF, they'd be like, I'm going someplace else. This is ridiculous. I'm trying to get home.
Well, that's what
Well, I know
somebody
it's new.
yeah, it's new.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they had great ridership during the free time, right? And then but a lot of the well, yeah, and then the Wednesday after, like the whole since because it's been paid rides now. Fucking from I think there was like 70 something thousand people rode it during the free rides in the 4th of July weekend, and now they're averaging like 1,200 people a day, where like there's only like 20 people on each train.
And I think they're probably I don't know, making it sound a little bit higher too, right? Just average.
Well, yeah, then the city came back and were like, oh, we counted wrong. This is the actual count.
What? It's even worse as we thought.
No, it was higher, but
oh, sure it is.
And then like one of the local news was like, let's see how long a commute takes to go from Kapolei to the newsroom versus driving, and
it was slower.
It takes twice as long.
Really?
Well, because you ride the train from
you
ride the train from Kapolei to the stadium, then you have to transfer to a bus, and then
But wait,
the
how
bus
do you even get to
runs.
Kapolei? Like, do they have parking for you to park your car? They
Not at
don't.
that
That's what I
station.
heard. So
Not at that station.
how do
So
you
people, you know what people were
get
doing? They were making a makeshift like parking lot themselves on a pedestrian walkway. Like people were just
really?
parking and being like, "Fuck you guys, we're gonna park and ride."
Fuck you guys. Sound like a South
Because
Park character. Fuck you.
well, because the first station is at it's at East Kapolei. Oh, that's the
Mhm.
other thing. They gave the stations like two different names. So then like people don't know what like these random Hawaiian names stand for.
They don't have like this is Kapolei Station. They
Well,
named it something.
that's the second name. So they give the fucking stations two names instead of just calling it East Kapolei Station or Pearl Ridge Station or Pearl Highland Station. They have these random Hawaiian names that aren't associated with the area, the common name
So
of the area.
why didn't they just go like? Why don't different Hawaiian symbols be like a station? Like, oh, when you go to this station, you know it because it's like the Nene bird or something, rather than have Hawaiian names or something.
Like they do in like parking garages
Yeah,
for
something
like
like
the
that.
different levels. They do that for like parking garages.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a good question. That sounds like a pretty decent idea. But like, you know, I feel like why not call it by the commonly used name that everybody knows?
Yeah.
Here, let me.
Why
So I got a
float the boat?
map. I got a map of the station so you can see the names, the two names, and see like there's confusion on that, and the fact that these stations don't all have park and ride, and yeah, you know, just
So Kapolei doesn't, but another one, Waipahu does or something. Is there a Waipahu?
yeah, yeah. There is a Waipahu.
Is getting to Waipahu hard from Kapolei? Is it better to just go to Waipahu to park?
I don't know. Like, I feel like this is like for people that
Old
don't
people.
that are already like taking public transportation, right?
Hmm. Do you think it's for it's not for workers? I don't think so.
Not yet, because
Because it doesn't seem like they're going
like
to
yeah, like the news said, like their commute was twice as long.
yeah.
All right, so here's the first station. They call it Kualakai. What the hell is Kualakai? East
Oh
Kapolei.
my god, they make it so small. Can you just say it's the Kapolei station?
Right?
Seriously,
And
man, you're making it like harder to like figure out where you're going.
and then
Especially me who is like a old local and I
yeah.
want to like I don't know all these names. I'm kind of rusty. I can't imagine
Okay,
what
so
tourists are gonna think if they come
the
here.
second the second station Keone Ae
Oh my god.
West Oahu does have a park and ride and a kiss and ride and but in the bus transit centers there. The East Kapolei basically has nothing. It has a future park and ride, but not right now.
Like
Honolulu.
the last station. Like imagine a tourist like, hey, can you tell me how to get to Kakokau Kukui?
Yeah. And
Like
nobody knows what the fuck that is.
I can't imagine how hard that's gonna be.
See, like all these names are random.
Yeah.
Except Halava. Halava makes that Halava's the area. All right, that's good.
Mhm.
But why couldn't we just call this the Kapolei? Literally just call it the
Yeah.
East Kapolei Station. Right? West Oahu. Ho'opili is a future development. So right now this station is to a vacant field.
Do you think they want to keep it as Hawaiian as possible? Like the roots of Hawaii?
Maybe, but why did we name it the fucking Skyline?
Like I noticed in the airport there's a long message in Hawaiian. Like and I'm thinking like how many is it Hawaiian every Hawaiian person knows Hawaiian? Like is that pretty common?
I don't think every Hawaiian person knows.
I just noticed that they played it and then they translated in English, and I was like, I think they want to make like the Hawaiian culture to like very present everywhere.
Yeah,
And when you
that's
go to,
fine, but like,
that, yeah. Go ahead.
but like at the same time, kapolei, right? That's a
Yeah.
Hawaiian word. Ho'opili, that's a Hawaiian word. Waipahu, just call it Waipahu. That's
Yeah.
Hawaiian.
Yeah. Pearl, that's not Hawaiian enough. Pearl.
But like
Highland.
everybody knows it. Like the secondary names are
Yeah.
the secondary names because that's what everybody knows these areas as.
Yeah. I'm not trying. I'm
So,
just playing devil's advocate.
I know, but it's just like, come on, guys. So right now,
Come on, get it together.
The rail runs from East Kapolei to the stadium. And then the second leg from the stadium to
how much more years?
Will open in 2025 to Kalihi Transit Center.
2025. Holy.
So in 2 years.
Okay.
And then from Kalihi Transit Center to downtown, the Civic Center, which is like the capital, 2031.
Man, what is everything gonna look like in 2030? How are you gonna look like in 2031, dude? Our fashion is gonna change.
My son's gonna be 8 years old.
Holy shit. That's crazy to think.
So that's a long time.
Yeah.
And the fact is that I feel like they approach the rail the wrong way. Like right now in the first leg, yeah, you should have started at the airport.
Waikiki.
Exactly. And look, the last two stations, Kaka'ako and Ala Moana Center, they don't even want to say when it's going to be done. But it's the after 2031.
So dumb. Sorry. Seriously, you could have just went Waikiki and then Ala Moana, like 3 stations. It's good right there.
Right? Like
build
I personally feel like exactly, you want to start in the most densely populated area and work your way out. But they did it fucking backwards, man.
I mean, you have so much tourists coming in. Wouldn't there be a great way to like shuffle all of them so you can the locals just be on the road? Like if the tourists have all the like shuttles here to Waikiki and everything, it's like I don't need to rent a car or anything, shit like that.
Make getting around town easier, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It should have been focused on the city where it's most densely populated, but this is what we have, and they're even discussing future extensions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
who's to blame for this, huh? Who can we point a finger to?
Just the way it was marketed to leave traffic, right? That was the whole driving force behind approving it. So I understand why they started in Kapolei, because they wanted to leave the east to west traffic. But the reality is, with what we have right now, you're not really encouraging people to commute on a daily to give up their cars just to have to take the rail up to only like half their commute.
And it takes longer.
Yeah, and then you have to switch to a bus, and then your commute is doubled. Granted, right now that they ran this experiment, it's summertime, school's out. Who knows what the comparison would be when school's back in and traffic's heavier. But at the same time,
can students get this? What do you think? It's good for students?
Yeah, there is a push to subsidize the students would be able to use have a discount to use it.
Go to LCC.
And they're talking about that. Yeah, I mean, LCC is on the line. That's about it, though.
Yeah.
HCC won't be till 2031. They are talking about eventually extending it to Waikiki, Manoa, going through Kapolei all the way to Kapolei Commons, having like a Salt Lake split. So there's plans to expand it. It's just right now it's kind of a pointless system, and not to mention the hours. The hours are a big complaint for people, because then it's like it's really not encouraging anybody to use it because they shut down operation at 7 o'clock.
Wow, it's really early.
Right?
Man,
I
I was gonna
mean,
say if they had the airport ready, like you could send it all the way to Koalina, because I'm sure they would love easy transportation of all those people, the tourists.
but yeah, they're not even talking about Koalina.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a start, right? I mean, it's already here. It's already running. It's just it could have been better. You said if they just started Ala Moana, I think maybe if they started at Ala Moana and worked their way out from there,
Yeah.
I feel like that would have been a better way to approach the thing.
I'm sure a lot of brains worked on this, but whoever had the biggest cock won. You know, I have the last say, bitch. Put the cock on the table, you know. You see this? This is why I make the rules. So someone decided. I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, was it? I don't know. Was it corruption? Right? Where Palms?
That's what I'm thinking. Corruption. Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, that's why.
No, I'm just thinking like you and me thought the airport to this. I'm sure whoever else was on the board was.
It's just
thinking
logical,
that.
Right?
But someone was the big dick guy, as I was saying.
Someone owns land in Kapolei. I think that's the culprit. Whoever owns that land in Kapolei.
You think it was trying to push the Kapolei first?
Oh yeah, because one of those stations, like I said, one of the stations literally right now is empty field. There's nothing there. There's gonna be something there, but there's nothing there right now.
So someone's planning 50 years from now, like, okay, now there's a station here. Let's build a small town.
Well, yeah, and now that's what they're like. That's what they're floating for Kapolei, and even in Waipahu, they want to get rid of Don Quixote and replace it with like a condo, like a live work play condo. They're talking about wanting to get rid of that and redevelop. Yeah, and redevelop it into a.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That would change that vibe. And then it's what? It's like it's one large condo.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be. They're gonna make it kind of like what Salt at Kakako is like. That's what their aim is, I think.
Waipahu?
That's what they want. That's what they were saying in the news.
I mean, that's the next push, right? With civilization, you have all these small buildings, and eventually one wants to get bigger, and then here comes another, and then time machine. Yeah, I mean, Waipahu is like little, I don't know, little Honolulu. Yeah. That'd be fucking crazy.
Well, I mean, remember when we were growing up? That's what they were wanting Kapolei to be, right? Yeah. The second city. That's the push, man. That's the push.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Hawaii's changing, bro. It's changing. It's very subtle, like just some micro things, and then all of a sudden I come back 2 more years from now, like, whoa, what is this? I don't even know what's going on here.
Yeah. I mean, like, remember when we went to Kapolei when you visited last year, and it was just like, I even was like, what the hell is all this? There's a Raising Cane's across the street from the high school. We didn't have these luxuries of strolling over to a fast food joint.
Yeah. And apparently people like it there. Talk highly about it.
They do? Oh, yeah. How do they?
And it's all over here in Texas, but it's not a California thing. So it's a Texas thing. You got a little bit of Texas there, sir.
A little bit of Texas. Yeah. It's all right. Raising Cane's is all right.
I don't go there, but it's Texas.
I've had it. I've had it like once or twice. Yeah, it's okay. I think I like Chick-fil-A more.
That's how I felt like In-N-Out. Like everyone's like, oh, In-N-Out. But I had it 5 minutes from my house, and I'm like, I don't want this shit. And do you think it's because of proximity? It's like near me all the time, like I don't need it,
Mm-hmm.
and then other people like it's not around them, so like, oh, in and out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like you can't get in and out. So whenever we get opportunity, it's like, yeah, let's get some in and out.
Krispy Kreme too, right? Is that a thing still?
Yeah, it's only on Maui,
Hmm.
but I
I
don't think
always see people. Do you remember in Kapolei? Just some people like in Barber's Point with boxes trying to like resell.
yeah, fun. Were they reselling?
I assume they went
I thought it
there
was a
and bought.
fun. I thought it was a fundraiser.
Oh shit! Is it fundraiser?
It might
Here
have been
I
a
thought
fundraiser.
it's like smuggling all these donuts to resell. Who wants
But on,
overpriced
on the
donuts?
plane, they gotta offset their fucking travel costs.
How did it get the? You mean it's shipped from Maui to them? I don't
I
know.
guess I don't know, man. I don't know the operations. Maybe they have
I
fundraising
thought you knew,
programs.
man.
I
You
don't
know the
know,
shit.
dude.
You're the donut
Oh,
guy,
man.
right?
Donut guy. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like priority change because even when we were in New York, like we saw Chipotle and White Castle, and like Steph was like, "Let's should get Chipotle one of these days while we're here," and we never did. And I saw White Castle, I'm like, never got it.
Yeah, I never liked
So,
White. Well, I had their microwavable frozen one, but I don't think I've had the real one. But
I was curious to
it
try. I've
doesn't
had
look like amazing. Just it's fast food, right?
yeah, it looks like it'd be tasty, but I never got it. So I've had the microwavable frozen too. So
It's not like. Do you like it?
it's okay.
Yeah, right.
Not a game changer. It's like some stoner shit. Like that's why it was in Harold and Kumar.
Yeah, those two are like so away from that image now.
Yeah, right.
Harold and Kumar, the stoners. Yeah. What's that one? Is it Harold, the Korean one?
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? Last thing I remember, he had a movie about a daughter missing, and she was on a Zoom call. I hope you find my daughter and shit.
Yeah,
you watch that?
I think I might have watched that. It was one of those like from the perspective of the desktop, like desktop view. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man, gotta.
Yeah.
Anyone can help me? I found her. She's over here.
Yeah.
All right, I'm coming. I never watched any of those.
I think I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. It was I mean, they did a pretty good job with the concept, right? It was like the next evolution of the found footage movies. It's like just from the desktop, watching him search for his dog. Searching might have been called searching.
Yeah, they had like scary ones too, where like they're all Zoom calling, and then like, hey, who's that behind you? What?
Yeah.
Hey, something happened to him. I don't know. I feel like I've seen a bunch of trailers like that.
Yeah, I mean, like when these gimmicks happen, there's gonna be like, copycats.
Did I show you that Scream one, or not Scream? The Scary Movie. It was like a it was a YouTube video about what made it successful, but then the downfall is because they overplayed that genre, like the
Scary
movie, and it was outplayed. And they did 3, and then they did a not a teen movie. They were doing like a 300 spin, and then it started getting easy
saturation, right? Yeah. I think I remember you showing me that. I think sounds
so. I feel like that's what's happening. Well, it's been. We always talk about it, but with Marvel, just like,
dude,
are you saturated or what? Because
did you hear what
I don't know.
Disney's like cutting a bunch of this shit. Like they're canceling a bunch of they're cutting their budget by I forgot how much, the 300 million. And they're not gonna be doing as much of this stuff.
You mean
cutting shows?
300 million off?
Well, a future budget, especially like after how poorly Indiana Jones performed.
Oof.
They're like
But that's not Marvel.
they're
Though.
in yeah, but like Disney as a whole brand, like nothing is working for them. I think their highest grossing movie of the year was Guardians, and it didn't even break $1 billion, where I think in previous years they had like multiple movies breaking $1 billion in the box office.
And you
And the
watch
fact, I don't
Guardians?
know, I haven't seen it. I'm gonna wait till it comes on Disney Plus. um, and I don't know if you heard anything about this other movie, Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom.
So it came out 4th of July weekend along with Indiana Jones, and it outgrossed into Indiana Jones on the 4th of July.
And what is this? Show me a picture of Sound of Freedom.
So it's an independent movie. Well, all right. The crazy thing is, it was actually made 5 years ago, and it was made under 20th Century Fox. So Disney actually owned it, but they didn't want to release it. So then they sold it to independent studio called Angel Studios, and it ended up outperforming on.
Can you imagine your movie like being put on the hold for so long? Like, I made this awesome movie and no one can see it yet. It's crazy.
So it was. Let's see. So it was independently released, but it's controversial because so it deals with child sex trafficking.
Okay.
It stars Jim Caviezel. That's the dude that was in what you call what was it? The Jesus one? Passion of the Christ.
Oh, yeah. Right when you said it, like I can imagine the thorns on his head.
Yeah. And so Angel Studios, I guess, is like traditionally known as like they release like religious things. Like they had like a religious series and a religious movie. Passion. So then like they didn't do Passion.
Oh.
But the reason why this is controversial is because the media is trying to tie this movie in with QAnon because of the child trafficking, and they're saying that it's only doing well because it's being pushed by right-wing politics. So then there's no, seriously, dude. So then
I know you're serious.
So a bunch of news outlets were like,
I wasn't expecting
like saying
going that way.
Like, but that's what's happening, dude. So like Rolling Stones said it's like a superhero movie for like dads with brain worms and shit like that.
Brain worms?
It's like, yeah, it's like the media is like painting it.
Why is everyone painting this? Is like, are they working together? Doesn't this seem synchronized? The way media works?
The media?
Like dish something that's doing well. Like, oh, we're gonna fucking paint it. Fuck this.
Like,
what if like Disney hired people to like the news to like talk shit? So indie would get a little bit more recognition.
Well, because all right, so
if they didn't do that, then indie would be like, oh, deep shit.
Well, I didn't watch indie, and I didn't watch this movie either. So like, I'm just going off of what I'm seeing and reading and hearing on other people's, other people talking about it.
Yeah.
But like, apparently indie was, I don't know, people didn't like it because, like, first of all, I think they ruined what I heard is that they emasculated Indiana Jones. Like they made him like a
demasculated.
Yeah, like a sad sack.
Because the girl saves him all the time or something.
I don't know. I didn't see the movie, so
a sad sack of shit.
Yeah, sad.
They made him a sad sack.
That's heard. I haven't seen the movie, so I can't speak firsthand. But
I know, but
heard.
You know how like you would put something in my brain. Now I'm gonna look at the movie and think he's a sad sack.
Well, okay. Would you?
You know, like the kitchen lady. I thought the lady was stealing the kids. I was like,
Would you
she looks
agree that
evil now. You
in the
fuck.
new Star Wars trilogy, would you agree that they made Luke Skywalker a sad sack? Would you agree that he was a sad sack who hated
He
life?
was dog. He was shit talking it the whole time. There's footage of him like, I can't believe it, like bad mouthing Star Wars and how
That's what I'm
direction.
saying. Like it ruined his character, and I think that's what from
Well,
what I've heard.
can you just imagine, like, okay, the last scene of Force Awakens is like Luke and like,
Yeah,
oh, like he finally,
yeah.
and the first scene he
Who
fucking tosses it, and you're
what the
like,
fuck is
you
this?
fuck.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
thing about like Disney and Marvel. They're too jokey and they're losing more serious tone. Like,
hmm
I don't know that what TD his last one, Love and Thunder, dude. I was like,
Well,
what the
even that,
fuck,
there's
dude?
like they basically made Thor into like a buffoon,
He had a good
right?
balance, but
They
I don't know.
they, they buffoonized him and made like Natalie Portman the shit. Like
Yeah.
that's the MO, man. I'm just saying that's the MO. So like from what I heard, Indiana Jones was like same kind of way, and yeah, the female lead was like the more competent
Mm.
person in the movie versus
I
Indy's
think
like this old sad sack.
the audience are wising up to shit, and I think they're starting to just get tired of what you would expect
Yeah,
coming from the studio of Disney now
yeah.
these
But you
days.
know what the studio says? The fans, if because they don't agree with, what they're trying to push,
That they're
they call
right
them
wing.
sexist. They call them sexist. They call them racist. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's like the same fucking shit, man. It's
But
yeah. I don't know.
money talks
Money
and
talks. Money
bullshit
talks.
walks. So apparently it's not working and they cut
No,
budget. And
cutting
I
budget.
don't think they're gonna let anyone go, but
No,
it's
but I mean,
definitely
at
like,
the same time, cutting
it's
budget
gonna
means
change
that they're not
things.
in. Yeah, they're not investing in all these shows, so maybe they're not going to need as many people. Yeah, they're cutting budget, so they're reducing spending, and they're going to try to find ways to increase revenue.
I think we're kind of wise as a general world, like that I don't know, we're fed up, and I think it's everyone's noticing it.
Like
And
you even said, it's not even a conspiracy. Like you shared that video about the Disney's gay agenda. Like
I
we already
shared it, so I
know.
was the one that
Yeah,
found it.
yeah,
Maybe
you
I
were.
found it. I don't know how I found it, but
I don't know.
it was like people are thinking it, and once again, we're not trying to bash, people of that, you know, however you want to
Yeah,
do with your
dude, I,
sex
I don't have
orientation.
problems with anybody. Yeah.
I think it's just the way it's the way the business is running things, where it has to be like applied to everything, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
we've had this conversation. It's
Multiple
disingenuous.
times, no.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But anyway, so yeah, Disney is cutting their budget, and Sound of Freedom is doing well for an independent movie, which Disney could have had. They owned the rights to the movie, and they could have released themselves and not have it released the same time as Indiana Jones, and they could have made money off of it. But for some reason, they decided they wanted to sell it, and the media's calling this a QAnon movie, even though it was
it's
made
crazy
5 years
though.
ago, before QAnon was even a thing.
I'd like to see where things originate, like who was the first person that link it, and then who was the one that retweeted it to like make it like in the general audience, like, hey, this is QAnon related. Watch out.
Well, it wasn't even the audience, it's the news outlets. Like I said, it was like
That's what I'm
Rolling
saying,
Stone.
news. So I'm thinking, how like we saw the news statement about they all said the same words about fake news.
Mm-hmm,
Like,
mm-hmm.
How do you know that's not happening for like a movie like this? Like they're all told, "Hey, we need to bash this movie right now."
Dude, yeah.
Like
Here,
higher up,
let me just
the
share
higher up
the.
are telling us to bash it and say it's QAnon. So Indiana Jones just has a little bit more money going in their pocket.
Right there. First one day ago. QAnon and Sound of Freedom both rely on tired Hollywood tropes.
QAnon. It's crazy, dude. So
Sound
just because of the topic they're dealing with, it's related.
Well, yeah, because like that was the biggest I think that was the biggest thing with QAnon, right? Is
That they're sex trafficking.
Yeah, but the fact is, it wasn't fake. Just look at fucking Jeffrey Epstein.
I know, and
real.
he died some crazy mysteriously to have been shut up.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Let me find that Rolling Stone one, because
that
was the funniest. Like, dude, seriously, Rolling Stone? Where's your other article? The brainworms thing.
Did they get rid of it? Maybe they, because I just saw a link to it. Brainworms. Maybe they got rid of it, dude.
Nah, man.
Is there a brainworm scene? Because it looked like there's a scene.
Oh, right there. 1 week ago. Sound of Freedom is a superhero movie for dads with brainworms.
Hey, dads, do you have brainworms? This is just for you. Right up your alley. I don't think anyone ever thought, I have brainworms. You know? You're just insulting dads.
Yeah, it's just like, they're just... I just don't understand. Like, it's a fucking movie. Who gives a... And it's a movie that's trying to shed light on child trafficking. Like, why is that a bad thing?
They're just making noise. They're trying to hide some... What aren't you looking at? They're doing this with their magic hands, but they're hiding something they don't want you to know.
So you think it's just a distraction?
It's distraction.
It's not that they don't want... But see,
so
is it because
what's really happening out there, Miguel? That
are they trying to downplay child trafficking, or they're trying to downplay something else that we don't even have on our radar?
I don't know. Is there anything else news related in your radar? I don't have anything news related.
I don't know. Just that we keep giving Ukraine money all these months later still.
See, we're not even talking about Ukraine. We're distracted. Maybe it's Ukraine, right? You know?
Maybe, right?
Like,
what else? I don't know, man. What else is going on?
What's going on with the war? Still going.
Oh,
has anyone encroached?
We're giving Ukraine propulsion bombs.
What the hell does propulsion? Sounds like it pushes things away.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's they have like higher blast radius or something. Let's see.
We sound like that's like normal.
It's not. I think.
Can you imagine a propulsion bomb going off in our neck of the woods? We'd be like, war zone. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean,
but we're not even thinking anything about propulsion bombs, dude. Fucking, we're living a Nerf life, Miguel.
We are, dude.
Nerf life.
Oh, dude. Yeah. No, seriously, because yesterday I was watching, I don't know if you ever watched those Vice debates where they have like a panel of people with different perspectives talking about different things. Dude,
I think I've seen YouTube thumbnails about like, oh, what a cop thinks about a drug dealer, like when they talk or some shit like that. So you saw something?
Yeah,
spicy?
I watched like a handful of them. I watched Asians, like a panel of Asians. Actually,
on discrimination, like being American and what they deal with.
Yeah, I'll read you the titles of them and try to recap what they talked about.
You know what's funny here in Texas? Like, there's a lot of Asians, but I feel like we don't ever like, oh, hey, Filipinos, like ever like that, or like, I think everyone is just like, Well, it's maybe we're all about jujitsu. I don't think we ever think about
You're not
culture
talking
or race
about
there.
being Asian.
Yeah, or like all the Filipinos, like, hey, let's roll together and stuff. I'm not even like thinking about that shit, dude.
Okay, so it was called Asian Americans Debate Model Minority and Asian Hate, and dude, it got spicy because then
Do you think
you
some
had
didn't think like I don't see the Asian hate?
So there was 9 people on the panel, and I think 6 of them were more conservative. So then
I'd love to see it. Share with us. Share with the audience.
All right. Oh man.
Why is it?
They're long though. Yeah, it's long.
Oh,
so
why don't we just
5
minutes or something, or a spicy part?
I'll try to find the spicy. I mean, because that was the first one that like I watched, and then it got me to watch like 3 other ones. I think
because you like the concept.
Yeah, it was interesting because then I watched Be a Man, Modernist versus Traditionalist Debate Masculinity, and anti and pro feminist debate, abortion, trans rights, and Me Too. Dude,
do you ever like picture yourself there and you're like, how would I do? Like,
oof. I don't think I'm eloquent enough. Like, hey, on the spot, I'm not eloquent. I'm not eloquent enough for that.
I don't have a problem. Okay. I just don't like it, all right?
I don't like it. It's not for me. Damn, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. American. It was just interesting, like hearing, just listening to people's different perspectives. Of course, it does get heated.
I like the there's ones, it was a long time ago though, but it's just like grandmas getting high and like grandpas. Have you ever seen that one?
Grandma's getting high?
Yeah, like they never smoked weed for the first time, and then they gave them like a ball.
I think you did show me that.
I did. Okay.
But then
they did grandpas being high,
and
then they had one with like ex-veterans or something, and then I think it became like sorry, let me add this.
It became too much.
No, I think it became like, oh, what does a rabbi and a priest and someone who doesn't believe in God, like when they're sitting down having a conversation, what are they thinking? Like, I think that's where the YouTube channel went after. It used to be about people getting high. Yeah,
it changed. Yeah. I might not have been right. Let me know if you can't hear it.
Okay. Well, the guy in the suit's conservative, isn't he? He's a Richie. I don't hear anything.
I can't. Ah, shit. All right. Oh, it's on mute, so maybe that's why you don't hear it.
Yeah.
Thing. I think it was a stupid thing.
Still no?
No, I hear it. I'm like, oh.
What did he say?
Can you rewind it? I didn't hear what he said.
Quite literally, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, the entire Democrat basically caucus in Congress literally bent the knee to George Floyd and to Black Lives Matter. They quite literally did that.
And that was a bad thing?
I think it was a stupid thing.
I'd probably be in the corner, like, just listening. Hey, I don't want to get in between you guys. I just want to hear what you have to say.
Not this dude. One of the dudes is from Hawaii, and he was like the least. He didn't say too much.
Filming us for like B-roll?
Really?
Stand by.
The guy in the back.
The left?
The middle in the back.
Here we go.
Oh.
You guys feeling ready?
It's happening.
Hi, and welcome to our conversation about what it means to be Asian American. I'm Krishna. My parents came here from India. I was born here. So I identify as South Asian American or Asian American. And I just wanted to call out that, we're talking about the largest continent on the planet with multiple countries, ethnicities, sub-ethnicities. And so we do our best to try to get a diverse mix of opinions and backgrounds on this panel, but you can't get everyone's opinion. So as we start, I want to get a quick poll. How many of you guys think the term Asian American is useful? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a couple 50-50s. What about if we were to add Asian American Pacific Islander?
That's not.
I guess
not
I'm
useful to me.
Curious to hear why, and maybe the way we can do that is going
Got
around
some
the
Hawaiian
room
bottle.
and talking about who we are, where we came from, and what that term means to us, and what you think it might mean to the rest of the world.
I'm Yuling, and I would identify myself as an Asian American. I feel really strongly about being an immigrant. I'm first gen, or I say first and a half gen, because I was born in China. And then we immigrated to New York and then to San Francisco. And I think that like the term Asian American is complicated because it applies to so many
said New York in her name,
identities,
but she's in San
ethnicities,
Francisco
and
now.
cultures. It's a helpful term when you know you don't really know what else to kind of
decide.
You kind of just like lump.
I was
everybody
wondering
into, like,
what mine
term,
say,
and
Texas.
I don't think there's any
'Cause
issue
I don't
with
feel
it
like
being,
I could
Asian
represent
American and
Texas.
Pacific Islander either, because that's just more inclusive in my opinion.
So there's a sense of community amongst people from different cultures.
Yeah, I think it's difficult because like you can't really put it into words. It's applicable to such a wide range of things, and like you know we're not a monolith.
It's complex.
Yes.
I was born in Manila, Philippines.
Interesting. And what does that heritage mean to you?
You know, I'm a little conflicted because sometimes I just want to be American. I don't want to specify the fact that I'm Asian, but at the same time, it's like someone looks at you, they're going to say that you're Asian, so you say you're Asian American. I don't like the idea of separating the Pacific Islander just because for so long I was told I wasn't Asian, that I was a Pacific Islander. I just think it's all encompassing we are Asian.
I didn't know.
I feel very prideful about the Asian Pacific Islander. I live in San Diego now, but I'm originally from Honolulu, Hawaii, and my dad's born and raised from Kona. I am so close with my family. Just growing up, it's hard to explain, but being from Hawaii, like the aloha spirit is real. Being around your family, having that common
Everyone's
courtesy
smiling
for
just because
community
he's
is just something that I'm really proud of.
It's real.
As it relates to Asian American and Pacific Islander, these are two things that kind of go together in some ways?
Yeah, they do. They do.
How?
So the thing about Hawaii is that it's a really huge collection of different types of ethnicities, and there's a lot of Asian influence in Hawaii as well. A lot of different people who are there are from Korea, China, Japan, and so I just consider them family as well.
Well, good to meet you. Tell me about yourself, Vince.
Genetically, I'm a quarter Italian, 75% Vietnamese, but I am really with Teddy Roosevelt on this one. I don't believe in the hyphenated American thing. I identify as American. I consider myself an American. Sure, genetically, I'm mostly Asian. I don't go around thinking I'm an Asian of a more and more diverse country, which is what it is. The only way that's going to
I was actually telling Janice
that people can, to some extent, all identify as being part of the same nation, part of the same creed to an extent. I mean, that's
assimilation.
Good American world that we live in.
What were you telling Janice?
No, like if I had a like a show like this where it says Nate Haywood and it shows where you're from, I'd have to feel like, because I don't represent myself with Texas yet because I just came here, I have to be like, hey, just letting you know I'm actually from Hawaii, but I've been living in California for a while. And
I mean that's what
you know my whole backstory.
He gave his whole backstory, the Hawaiian guy.
Yeah, but just funny because I was like, oh, okay. It says California under his name, and the other one said she's from New York, but she's in San Fran right now. So
yeah, right.
I'm just trying to see, like, where you from? Like, where are you gonna represent?
Yeah.
So assimilation, is that the? I think that's
I'm trying to remember. I think it got spicy in assimilation. We can look at each part and I'll kind of remember, like, oh yeah, this is what happened here.
All right.
I guess I don't need to make it full screen so I can.
Assimilation. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it a burden? Is it an opportunity?
It's a good thing. It's American.
Assimilation, I think I would define that as, in part, I think necessary to an extent because we are forced to in order to navigate this country. So I would say learning the language, learning how to like properly behave, for example, in part, kind of assimilation, making sure that you are
in line,
kosher in this society. And I think in part that means survival.
I think assimilation is not just a great thing, it's a necessary thing. No society can hold together where people have nothing in common, they don't speak the same language, they don't practice the same things. And you may look at something like just food habits or what you eat and think that's fairly frivolous. But the truth of the matter is that on a broader level, when we're talking about more big picture things, differences in race, culture, religion, all these things, people have fought wars, violent wars, killed each other over these things for thousands of years. If America to hold together, assimilation, not just good or bad, necessary. I don't think it's going to be possible for America to survive as a stable, functioning society if people don't, to some degree, say, well, here's what we're going to commonly agree on.
But who gets to choose it?
The majority culture, I suppose.
And what's majority culture?
The people with power.
And who's people with power?
People with power.
White people.
Well, I don't know if that's.
I'm gonna say it. White people. It's okay.
Jeez, lady. White people.
I mean, what'd you expect? She got the fucking purple hair, man. What do you expect?
Yeah. Also, I don't know what she's been saying before this, so it's probably a little heated already.
I don't know if that's
It's
necessarily
funny walking
true.
in.
I mean,
Wait, can you unpack?
Yeah.
I don't
elaborate.
think a particularly white quote unquote interest controls things like
In America.
pop culture.
Do you believe
Well, I
white
think-
supremacy exists?
I think there are people who believe it, and I think there's people who all believe that their race is superior.
So you don't believe in white supremacy?
Do you believe America is a white supremacist state?
No, not at all.
And not found
No
by-
white supremacist state would even like allow us to be doing this. Like I don't understand. So white supremacists, there's just KKK people walking. Actually, I go around New York City. I notice that, like, I guess Brooklyn a little bit different. Most of the people here are not white, and they're doing their thing. So I don't understand.
What does doing their thing mean to you?
Going to work.
Are they making?
Working.
Are they making the same amount of money?
Well,
Are they getting the same access to
Why-
opportunity?
I think they're getting great access to opportunity.
Please unpack it.
Well-
Are they equivalent?
I was just thinking the setup, the way they're sitting, it's so like, if you're in the front, you have to hear someone talking behind you, or if you're in the back, you just see someone's back of their head. It doesn't seem fit for a conversation. I think you guys should like
that they have them lined up in a line and not letting in a circle or something.
you should at least in a circle, like talking, like, hey, this is how I feel. I think it, I don't know, promotes negativity the way they're sitting. I'm just saying, as if I was sitting and I was behind like the purple hair lady, I'd be like,
yeah,
get the hell out. You know?
Oh yeah, like you said, all you see is the back of her head, right?
And if you're all the way in the left back, you can't even see the suit guy talking. So you're just imaginary face like, like this bitch.
Yeah. What the fuck is this guy talking about?
Jeez.
Yeah,
I can see how heated it is gonna be.
They end up turning around, right, and like getting into these little scuffles.
It's like, excuse me.
Are communities and communities that are leading culture, to your point, because you point to popular culture as something where, in your view, white people don't have the power, when the reality is it is the white executives who are profiting off of and exploiting predominantly black and brown bodies for their financial gain to then parade to us and tell us that we're thriving, when the reality is it is women of color, and it is black folks, and it is Asian American folks, and it is Hispanic folks, and it is people from marginalized communities who are disproportionately being impacted by every adverse thing that society is facing, while the few at the top who don't represent our communities, are profiting. There are massive disparities based on race, based on class, based on gender, based on all of these things that shouldn't exist.
Well, nobody denies that there's disparities or that.
Well, let's have Vince.
Or that. I think the question is, do they exist because of supposed white supremacy? And when I look at the fact that, you know, virtually every corporation and institution bends the knee to diversity.
I would not want to partake in this conversation. I'd be like, excuse me, I have to get something from my car. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
It's so spicy. I was like, damn, this shit is getting heated. And this is just about assimilation.
I don't know. I'd probably be like,
celebrates
hey
every
guys,
single
just get
Heritage
along?
Month. You know, has all these programs. Every single one toe the line for Black Lives Matter. I don't look at that.
What is toe the line?
I don't look at that and say conservative white people are in power in this country. As a matter of fact, I'd argue to a large extent, you can talk about, you know, what race or whatever people are, but is like a supposedly conservative white interest in power in America. I would honestly say I think it's the opposite of that.
I want to clarify one thing. You can be liberal and still a white supremacist, right?
Yes.
Like, I would be very clear, right? That it doesn't necessarily mean conservative white power is the predominant folks in power. I think it could span a lot of political ideologies and still have these things embedded in how you govern and how you lead and how you make decisions. However, when you talk about bending the knee, that is a wild way, I think, to look at society finally trying in some ways to right the wrongs.
It's not so wild. I mean, even like your supposedly white politicians, you look at what they did in 2020, they quite literally bent the knee. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, the entire Democrat basically caucus in Congress literally bent the knee to George Floyd and to Black Lives Matter. They quite literally did that.
And that was a bad thing?
I think it was a stupid thing. I
Why?
think it was just ridiculous pandering to a terrorist movement ran by.
Yeah, please, yeah.
Black lives do not matter?
I do think that Black Lives Matter. I don't support the movement known as Black
This
Lives
lady.
Matter.
Do you ever say all lives matter?
Of course. As a Christian, I absolutely believe
all lives matter.
Absolutely.
Well, let me put this back into some.
See
more
how they
concrete
put
terms.
their
So I guess
face,
to
like,
try to understand
I'm not even gonna look at
conflict here
you.
that you guys are having. What role do you think
Yeah.
Asian Americans
Just turn
have
around.
as far
Yeah.
as the larger injustices and
goodness.
racism?
Okay.
I mean,
I think I gotta put them out.
Yeah, they talk about model minority myth, stop Asian hate, politics,
There's a lot of hate in here, and I think it's
affirmative action.
partly because they probably programmed, well, not programmed, but they scheduled everything in a way to make it spicy, I think.
Oh yeah, no, I mean the whole point of this thing is you're getting people with different ideologies into a room and asking on their opinions on hot button topics. So yeah, I mean the whole point is that it gets spicy.
But do you think
one
they
that I
like
watched-
they at least like, hey, let's have like a drink together and like chat before we even do this? So like,
yeah, I don't know if they
I don't know,
chatted
he's-
before or
you know, make it
chatted
easier.
after. They had footage of them sitting around in a table chatting. I don't know if that was before or after. And I think they do that with each one. Dude, the one on feminists, that one fucking got heated too. Pro-feminist and anti-feminist. It was all women and a couple trans. But yeah, that one was super heated. That one was even more heated actually. And then parents, teachers, and students discuss education in America. That one was pretty heated. And then masculinity. That one was actually the most chill. It was a panel, a bunch of guys just talking about masculinity means to them.
Yeah, man, you know, jiu-jitsu and stuff.
and how hard it is to be a man. And yeah. It was,
you know, sometimes I hide my tears.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was like the most civil discussion. The most heated people in that panel was a gay guy and versus a non-binary guy. And
As a man?
they were,
As the trying to be masculine episode?
Just they had like exchanges on, because the non-binary, of course, doesn't believe in gender roles. And then the gay guy, he came from a broken home and he wants like a masculine daddy. So then they were, I don't know, they got into it for some reason. I don't know why.
Interesting. So two of them were one was gay, one was trans, and then everyone else.
No, not trans, non-binary.
Non-binary.
That's how that's how they identified.
And then 4 other regular dudes.
And then just like 6 other dudes. One dude was like, you know, I hate that when I go out on a date and you know I'm expected to pay, and then you know you ghost me the next week, and then I'm hard up for money, and I'm like, I could have used that $150.
Miguel knows. I can relate, man. No, I'm just kidding.
But see, like all these discussions, the whole reason why this like reminded me of what we were talking about before I brought this up is that all these discussions that they're having, it's all fucking first world problems, man. Like that's how good we have it. We can get into these like.
It's not about, man, it's so hard to find food, dude. I know, man.
We're not hurting to live. We're now just like arguing over how society should be run.
Noise. It's just noise.
Yeah.
It's to get you through your boring day of the same old place you sit when you work, the same old places you probably eat, on same old place you go to train, and then you know you need a little spice. Get you through your day. Like, did you see what's going on in the world? Can you believe
that's
that?
the spice, man. The spice.
Yeah.
It's the spice of life.
Very spicy, dude. So that's That's been your bingey thing while you're working.
Yesterday, well, yeah, yesterday we ended up binging that shit, and I mean, I didn't feel so bad because it was mentally stimulating, and it gets you like thinking about things and like just hearing other people's perspective, and I think that's a good thing. Like, yeah, we may not agree politically and have different ideas on different things, but the fact that we can talk and debate and, well,
how good are you at hearing this information, right? And are you going to be like up in arms every time someone wants to talk about it? And you immediately call them a bigot or you call them anti feminist. I mean, like, can you like, hey, let's just have a conversation, That's
how it should be. Yeah, it shouldn't be like how like people are like, if they don't agree with me politically, I want nothing to do with them. Well, that's not going to work either. Then that's just going to lead to division.
You're just shutting. You're shutting. Yeah. You're shutting a part of like information that maybe would be helpful to you if you opened your ears, but you choose to be ignorant and then make assumptions, and then you view that party even worse because you're ignorant.
Yeah, and I'm talking about both sides. Like, regardless of what your beliefs are, we need to like find common ground, because there's got to be common ground.
Christmas is a common ground. We love Christmas, and for once we could take a break, think about family and what we appreciate in the world. And maybe
I'm sure not everybody loves Christmas.
Well, those that do, there's people that come together, think about. I'm sure everyone loves New Year's at least. Yeah, New Year!
Maybe.
Woohoo!
Maybe, I don't know.
Chinese has their own New Year's because they love it that much. We want our own New Year's.
They have their own New Year. December 31st? Nah, man, ours is in like January or February.
Right? It's February. It's one of those. We got animals and everything.
Yeah.
You got nothing. You just got a flag. you got an American flag. You got some fireworks. We got fireworks too, Don't you know who created the fireworks? Oh, shout out Pacific Islanders. Asian American.
It's fun.
Cool, man. All right, you need to take a little break or anything, or are you good?
Up to you if you want to take a break.
I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. You have anything else you want to talk about? Topic up.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff, but I don't know if there's anything you want to talk about.
Let's see. I didn't know that Hawaii has different type of cans than everyone else in this world.
Yeah.
Did you know about that?
Yeah, I think I heard something about that.
There's a pretty cool video about it if you're interested. I can show you a minute or two of it.
Sure.
If you'd like to check it out.
Isn't it like an older style, or it was always different? It has the ridges, right?
Huh?
Ridges at the top. The ridges on the top.
Yeah, the ridges.
Hawaii, a land like no other. Tourists flock in by the millions to see massive volcanoes, special geese, and of course, the Hawaiian soda can shape you can't find anywhere else in the world. But why does Hawaii have a soda can shape you can't find anywhere else in the world? The answer is simple. Because they can. Well, because their cans can. I mean, because their cans can different than... Never mind. It's just economics. The most obvious difference between Hawaiian cans and regular cans is the ridges around their neck, which are sort of like flowerless lace for cans if you don't think about it too hard. The most important difference here isn't the neck ridges at all. It's the diameter of the lid. A regular non-Hawaiian can lid has a diameter of 2 1/8 inches, just over 1,000th the diameter of the Epcot golf ball. But a Hawaiian lid is a whopping 2 3/8 inches, also just 1,000th the diameter.
Didn't know that. I never looked
critically a quarter
at it that way.
Yeah, right? Who would even notice that?
Sixes
it's usually in my mouth by the time it's in that direction.
Run the gargantuan 211 lids out of town between 1987 and 1988, Because in the can biz, aluminum is money. And the aluminum in a can's lid is more than twice as thick and uses more than twice as much material as the rest of the can, making smaller lids a great way to cut your manufacturing costs. Sure, you only save a shred of aluminum per can, but if you're manufacturing billions of cans a year, it adds up pretty quickly. And just imagine what you could do with all that extra aluminum. You could make a cool bike or a smartest business guy trophy or a bunch more cans. But because humanity's greed knows no bounds, the rest of the world didn't stop at the 206.
Yeah, it's funny, right?
They kept shrinking the lids until they reached that nearly microscopic 202 size most of us enjoy today. But Hawaii never got the memo. Why? Surprise, it's economics again. Canned beverages comprise what economists call a weight-gaining industry, and not just because of the physiological impact of sucking down Diet Coke like it's air. In this case, weight gaining means that as the product goes from raw materials to, well, product, it gets heavier. Which also means that as soda gets manufactured and packaged, it gets more and more expensive to transport. Up to 94% of the contents of a soda can is just carbonated water anyway. Are you gonna pay to ship water to an island? Not if you want a shot at that smartest business guy trophy. To save on transport
why the sparkling
costs,
water
soda
game
companies
isn't strong
their
there.
products relatively close to the point of sale. So wherever you buy your soda, it's probably not coming from that far away. If you're in New York City, for example, your Pepsi is likely coming from one of the 3 bottling plants within city limits. So, like most other places, Hawaii soda is bottled locally. But because it's so remote, companies save on transport by using locally manufactured cans, too. And if you're looking for Hawaiian-made cans, look no further than the one can factory in the state, the Ball Corporation Metal Beverage Packaging Plant in Kapolei, Oahu.
Kapolei!
If you know the Ball Corporation, it's probably for those
there.
little mason jars your neighbor sells her homemade jams in. But they also make about a quarter of the 180 billion cans manufactured worldwide every year. Cans are a super high volume product, which means you can get economies of scale even at really, really big scale. The Hawaiian can market is large enough to support one high volume factory like the Ball plants, but not a second. It's kind of a Goldilocks situation if Goldilocks had been looking to dominate the tropical can market rather than eat bear forage. The Kapolei plant supplies cans to everyone from Coca-Cola, which has a bottling plant just 30 minutes away, to Pepsi, Hawaiian Sun, and soon HAI. We're using Ball Corp cans for our new small batch IPA, pops as interesting. The plant makes about 1 million cans every day, which isn't many in the grand scheme of beverage manufacturing. It would barely cover my own LaCroix habit. And while globally it pays off to swap 206 lids for 202s, in a market as small and remote as Hawaii, changing all the equipment in the can factory, not to mention the bottling
much
plants,
money,
to suit a
brother.
larger lid is just too expensive to be worth it. So rather than invest in overhauling the entire archipelago's can infrastructure, Hawaii just sticks to the 206s.
Yeah.
So next time you're in Hawaii, crack into that giant lid and bask in all that extra aluminum. There's truly no better way to enjoy the hazy, tolerable taste of hops as interesting.
The more you know, man. Because of money. They didn't want to change it. That's too expensive.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Keep it that way.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Not worth it. I'm sure at some point it'd be worth it, but probably like way down the line, like years.
Stop making these parts. Well, looks like we gotta do something about this then.
Yeah. Kick the can down the road.
Or it might be like people forget how to can after a while because it becomes like a too ancient. It's like, oh. Like they have to keep getting new people to do the canning to learn how the machines work and stuff. Just gonna go all the way. Just like the geese.
Gonna go away.
Like Jocko, he had to hire someone who knew how to make a loom, like how to use that machine.
Oh, the loom.
Yeah, loom. And he was like an old guy who like knew how to use it, but they had to hire him how to operate the machine and stuff.
The old guy, you got to teach somebody how to do this, so you're not going to be around forever.
Yeah, very fragile, right? As a human, like some meteor can just come, and then like we have to learn how to do shit again. Anyone want to learn jujitsu? I can help you out. I can contribute. I'll be a part of teaching the military. All right, self-defense. I'm in charge of this with my new role.
Nate Jitsu.
And then some guy comes into work. You don't know jujitsu. I was a 3-time black belt. Was it 3-stripe black belt? Comes out. I was like, okay, take over, sir.
You win, sir. I'll be your underling. Can I be your apprentice?
Yeah. All right. You got anything else you want to talk about? I got a couple things, but we'll just switch
Man, I got things.
Here and there.
Black Mirror, man. How far did you get?
Oh. All right, let's talk Black. I got through it all. And
dude,
what the hell? Sorry, people.
Particularly the last two, right? Particularly
the one right before the last one, I'm like, what? Werewolves? What the fuck is this? And then I thought, wow, they got way far from Black Mirror.
Yeah.
Black Mirror used to be about the worries of future technology and what can happen to us, and then now it's about werewolves, and I'm like, what?
Yep.
The second one, I was like, okay, the spin is it's like VHS is an old technology. Okay, that's kind of Black Mirror-y.
And I feel like it was more a commentary on like the true crime genre.
Yeah.
Right? On how
even how it's sold, like, oh, you know,
like exploitative, right?
Yeah, like, oh, this doesn't, it's not spicy enough. Oh, that was your dad. Oh, then it's like, you know, that kind of thing. And it was interesting. I knew from the beginning that the mom was weird. I didn't think she was.
Yeah, right.
I was like, okay, the dad is suspicious. Like, he's at all these events.
He's a cop, right?
And he got shot from behind. Like, that seems like something he can make up. I thought that instantly.
Yeah, dad was suspicious.
And I didn't catch wind at all until all of a sudden, you know, she goes home alone, and then it's like, why is it eerie feeling? And then the mom's cooking, and it's kind of like, hey, this is kind of like a close-up of the slaughtering that she did with the people. And she's like putting all this marinade, or I don't know, she's making red sauce or whatever.
Yeah,
what I thought, she heard them having sex up there. Oh. So I thought, like, she's playing the video and she could fucking hear the song, like that song that she's like, you know, killing people to would spark memories to the mom. Like, holy shit, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why do I hear that song? But they did the easy route where, oh, do you want any food kind of thing? But if you didn't give me that first detail of her listening into the sex, I wouldn't even had that idea that she could hear. But this is just a little tidbit thing that I thought about. But
yeah, I thought that that the dad, it was the dad and the other guy's dad at first. I'm like, oh, they owned the bar. Maybe something happened with the
Mummy boy. He's from Mummy.
Boy?
He's from Mummy.
Oh,
the other dad.
The dad?
The drunk.
Oh,
the drunk
okay.
Man.
Yeah, I thought that's why he was a drunk, because he was involved.
He just had a deep secret that he never wanted to tell anyone.
He had his suspicion. Yeah.
So when I watched it, I thought that was fun and exciting. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a little pass. It wasn't like technology, like a wild technology like that I was wanting. But I was like, okay, it was fun. Can't wait to see what the third one has to offer me. And it was the C one. And okay, that's kind of okay. It's up there on the Black Mirror thing.
So here's something that I asked, and I was like, this kind of feels like a plot hole to me. Why couldn't you send the replicas up to space? And you guys stay down, right?
I thought that too. Or why did they not think of what could happen to the replica and make copies? Why is it like, oh, sorry, you can only have this one thing? Just leave him alone. He'll be okay.
I get that maybe it was expensive, but I really don't understand why the replicas couldn't be the ones on the mission. Especially since going to space is so dangerous. Wouldn't you think that your real self should stay on Earth and the replicas should be up in the spaceship?
Yeah.
I don't know. That was strange to me.
And you could have multiple replicas, and you could have people that.
Well, maybe expensive.
If we're talking about like you can beam your consciousness, why does it even have to be a human? Like, why can't it just beam into a Wall-E character and like, hey, just checking in. You guys doing okay? Like other people?
Yeah.
Like,
why did he have
why
to be
does it have to be
atomically correct?
Yeah, it could be anything. It could
Right?
be a hand with.
They paid all that extra money so the wives can have sex with robots.
Yeah. Anyways, the way
Plot
it was
holes,
going,
I don't know. It felt plot holey to me.
It was plot holy. I didn't realize that was what's his name? The one who played
Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, Josh Hart. And I was like, oh, you play the perfect guy who would steal another man's wife.
Yeah,
just
right.
Like Pearl Harbor. You would, you fucker. Try to steal Ben Affleck's wife over there.
What is this? Your
right?
MO, man? You're a sleaze bag. And then you fucking when she turns you down, you're a little bitch. Right? What the fuck, man?
Okay.
Like he knows exactly what it feels like for his family to get killed, and he goes and fucking.
He's like,
what a fuck.
Now you know how it feels. Now sit down. And he puts the chair, and then it leaves our imagination. Did he kill it? Because we already learned it's a 2-man operation ship. So killing him would mean I would kill myself.
I'm assuming he can't rationally do it unless he's prepared to die himself.
So he has to just work.
That's why he sat down. Yeah, dude.
Oh, he didn't sit down. He didn't sit down.
Oh no!
It cut before it sat down.
Right.
So it leaves your imagination, which I'd imagine they'd be working until the shift's done, and they go back home to do all the pictures and stuff.
And he'll kill him
when no one's looking. Kill the bastard.
Replica this motherfucker.
Apparently they didn't build in a dick, so that's why he could only like finger bang bang.
You know that?
I'm assuming all he did was
well, that is now what the hippies were like. Do you have a dick?
Yeah,
have a dick.
And that was like Mason, like it was a Mason people, right? They're trying to feel that vibe, like once upon a time.
The Manson.
What did I say?
Mason.
The Manson.
Yeah. Fucking hippies.
Yeah. That was disturbing though. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? These fucking hippies. Can't trust them.
Yeah. But I knew sorry, I was gonna continue this. Like he was just staying, I was like, oh man, he's gonna take over. And I'm like, oh, like take over the guys. Yes.
You could see it coming a mile away. You could see it. It was like, oh, this guy's gonna. We all know what's gonna happen. As soon as he let him use his replica, I was like, we all
go straight to the wife.
We all know, but I thought the wife might have been on board with it.
What did you do? Oh, I didn't do anything, you bitch. Why did you lie? You gave him a little hug of consolement.
You
fucking hugged him, huh? He looked like you. What can I say? It was one of those striking Viper fucking situations where you have I wouldn't say a friend, but if they were best friends, that'd be more fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Anyways,
but Steph brought up a good point. Like, what if they think that Jesse was, what's his name? Aaron Paul was the one that killed his family because it was with his replica. What if the authorities think that he was the one that killed the family? Then I was like, no, I think because they would have had footage of him being outside the ship at the same time, like working on it.
I see. Also, it's so secluded. I don't think anyone ever goes there. It'll probably be months before anyone even.
You think when he gets home, he's gonna cover it up?
No, I wasn't thinking that. They're not even done with the mission. Don't they have like another year or something? Seems like it was...
but I'm assuming at some point it's gonna come out the family was killed.
Yeah. And you know what sucks though? It's like there's no conclusion to help what happened to the Josh guy's character, because they turned themselves in, and like the family's dead, and like he can't do anything about it, and he has to just be in space looking at the fucking moon. And, I could see I don't think his intention was with the wife right away, but once he got over the like
the grief, then he's like,
once he was like, oh my god,
I'm horny again.
Yeah. Once he like started like, oh, let me go in the bookstore real quick. You motherfucker.
Let me get a piece of this pie.
And then she's reading it, like, and he's like, your wife has never been touched like that before, and shit like that. And he's drawing her naked stuff. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You ass. You big old ass.
Can't trust that
I'm
guy.
telling you, man, he's the Pearl Harbor creep. Pearl Harbor creep. He steals other men's ladies. Watch out now. Hide your kids. Hide your wives.
Literally. But that was Aaron Paul's fault. He opened that door, man. You shouldn't fucking open that door. Fuck that guy. Sorry, but fuck you.
I think he was gonna die. Remember, I think he was like gonna eject, kind of thing. That's why remember he came out like, "Hey, what's going on?" And he was trying to help him, and he's just looking up. Like he would have just died. So if he would have died, he would have died. So he had no choice in the matter, I guess.
I don't know, man.
There's no way of that. There's no way of that ending well. That one.
Like I said, the replicants should have been the ones in space.
Yeah. What I thought was gonna go down was he was being left out there, and it would just zoom out, and then you find the other guy pretending to be him the whole time.
That's what I thought was gonna happen too.
But like, I was like, there's no way he's gonna like keep up this ruse. He's not gonna know details.
No, yeah, instead he fucking killed them.
You don't want to be with me, huh? Blood everywhere. Can you imagine the blood on the walls? Like he took the body or something. Just scraping her on the walls. Leading a path. I need him to find out. How did he
right away
all that time? He did it so quick.
Mean,
and then he
had just enough time.
Head. It was probably the head.
He just had just enough time.
Yeah.
Slice and dice, right? Caught him off guard. They were literally caught off guard.
Yeah. So that was the third one. And then the fourth one, I was like, oh my god. Okay. At first,
I liked the 2000s nostalgia. That was cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool that era. I was thinking it was gonna be like, like a hit and run thing. Like she feels guilty about it.
Yeah.
And what's funny, the whole paparazzi thing, it made me think of like, oh, this is like the shit, because I watched that doc, the Harry and Meg thing. It's like, oh, like the paparazzi coming after them. It's like, hey, you whore, hey, you fuck. And then they want the shot, and like,
Yeah. I mean, they're like vultures, man.
Yeah. And
the paparazzi. That was a commentary on them, right? Being vultures.
Also, the last thing that happened when she gave the gun to her, she's like,
and she fucking, I gotta get the shot.
Fucking shit, dude.
Typical paparazzi.
Okay. Leading up there, we're thinking, oh, she's taking all these drugs because, she accidentally hit a dude. Like she's
yeah.
Still don't even know if she has a cold sweat because of the werewolf thing.
I know that came out of left field. It was like,
yes. And okay, when we were going to the cabin and I heard, and I was like, oh shit, they lobotomized her.
That's what Steph thought too. Steph thought that too.
She's a cyborg now, and she's gonna like, hi, I'm normal, and then they're gonna witness like something like that, and then next thing I know, like they're taking a picture of her all chained up, like, oh yeah, and then I was like, stop taking pictures, I'm trying to help her.
Yeah, and then
I thought she was gonna be roped. I thought she was gonna be roped in, and then I thought the story
she was in the pictures.
Now people are gonna paparazzi you, and then you're gonna feel how it feels. But then all of a sudden, oh my god, is this what I think it's gonna be? And then the
as soon as they showed the moon, I was like, why are they showing the moon?
Those doctors, he had nothing to do. He just had that little scene.
Yeah.
And he bolted it. Oh my god. And she died for a werewolf. She died like a bitch. She fucking was so quick. Get some more shots in, right? Make it seem like
maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe it was a silver bullet.
Yeah, was it even silver? No.
I don't think so. It looked like a regular bullet to me. Nobody even knew that they were werewolves. That she was a werewolf.
And that police officer, oh, what the fuck's going on? Oh,
yeah.
He was in Mummy too. He was one of those stupid ass cowboys. Oh, yeah. I lost my tongue. My tongue. No.
It's all these Mummy people.
I don't know. Surprise, Frasier is in there. Frasier.
Maybe. Oh, maybe I am.
And then the fifth one, which was better than the fourth one.
Fourth one?
But which was really funny because I was telling Jess, man, this makes me think of that monster under the stairs that eats the people. Remember that video I made you play about there's a monster in a box
feeding people to the monster.
And I was thinking, oh crap, this is like the basement's gonna have a demon. That's what I was thinking at first. Oh fuck, there's a demon and she's gonna have to feed it something. And little I know, she did have to kill people, but it was more for like to stop this Armageddon thing happening.
Yeah.
But
did you notice that in the opening credits it said Red Mirror production?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And what about Red Mirror?
Maybe they're gonna spin it off or something.
Oh, because of Black Mirror?
Yeah. It's like Red Mirror is maybe the more horror.
Like a horror?
Maybe.
I could see that.
But I noticed it said Mirror. I'm like, Red Mirror.
But the whole way it's shot was really like it reminds you of like that old school horror feel with the zoom in. Like the first shot is like that old school text. And then
it's shot like a 70s movie,
a zoom in on this window and it's like really shaky. I'm like, what the fuck's gonna happen? Like I was really intrigued. And then it starts with the Indian girl and there's like a what do they call that? Montage, right? Of her just doing things while the song's going. And didn't really know what was gonna happen. And you know, she was like she was playing a music video and I saw that guy that the demon was gonna be. Like, but it was an interesting concept. And I didn't, but the thing is, it had nothing to do with what I thought Black Mirror represented, which was advanced technology that makes me scared of the path things are going for humanity, and I have to be more cautious. Like having sex with my friend while playing a video game because
he left that whole concept behind. It's gone. That's it. Like the first episode was like the only one that had.
It was it.
Yeah,
it was good.
Yep.
I thought that was like like thinking about the source and levels, and you realize she's not. I was like, fuck! That made me think.
That was like
why is Scott Pilgrim in here in such a small role? Oh, because he just explained it. His digital likeness is being controlled.
Michael Cera licensed his face.
Yeah, this is not me. It was good, but
that one was the most Black Mirror-y episode.
Yeah. Is there any clash, or is it just like you and me talking? Like, is everyone saying this on the internet?
Like I've watched a couple videos. Like, everybody obviously noticed that it shed its typical MO, but
I don't like it.
Huh? You don't like it? Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, I think people are split. Like some people don't like it. Some people think it was necessary.
I mean, if they weren't presented Black Mirror and something else, and I happened to give it a shot, like, which is hard, right? Giving a rando show a shot, or like a Love, Death, and Robots kind of thing.
Yeah, it was more like American Horror Stories, like it's a regular anthology.
You into
cautionary tales? Huh?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We watched it because we were feeling like wanting to watch anthologies, and yeah, Steph likes American Horror Story. Not the one that's like one season storyline. The one that like is like standalone episodes.
Yeah, I watched the season thing, and they were in a strange house, and there was like some guy in a gimp suit, and I think she got tricked into having sex with the guy in the gimp suit because she thought it was the husband. Like, what is this? This is some weird shit.
The standalone episode one is better. It's like a spin-off series that is like literally an anthology in the sense that each episode is a different story.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and like Black Mirror had so much horror shit to it, and which is fine, but that's not the genre I was looking for when I looked.
No, yeah, it just totally just was like, this doesn't even feel like Black Mirror. Feels like
besides the Tales of
the Crypt.
Yeah, Tales of the Crypt.
Twilight Zone. American Horror Stories.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It went from being like something that stood apart with the technology tinge to now just being like a bunch of other different anthologies.
It kind of ruined its reputation. Like it's kind of like how Pixar had everything released streaming, so now it's like, oh, I have to pay for you. It's because you programmed me to think that I should have it for free.
Cheapen the brand,
so
man.
You were known for this like crazy future
high
technology
concept,
thing,
right?
High concept, and now you gave me like, just thriller things
run of the mill. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm probably not excited to see you the next season.
Yeah, I'm already like losing. I felt like it was already losing its edge. Like even last season.
Well, we had like 2 or 3 episodes. And
there's only 3, yeah.
The one with Hannah Montana girl, Miley Cyrus.
Okay.
That was okay. It was an interesting concept too.
The most memorable one from that season was Striking Vipers.
Was that a part of that new one?
Yeah, I think it was that one, and then one was like a guy getting held.
It's so exciting for Miguel.
What?
It's so exciting. The Striking Vipers one. It's so exciting.
That was the most interesting one.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. Can you get a visualized list for us so let's go rate some Black Mirror episodes.
Sure.
Pig fuckers. It was so bad the first one that they changed the order so you wouldn't see the pig fuck first.
Oh, they changed the order?
At one point, I don't know if they changed it again. Kind of like how you with the the Love, Death, and Robots, they changed the order for you.
Because it was driving people away.
Yeah. This is a crazy.
I'm just on Wikipedia. Do you want me to just Wikipedia's good?
That's cool. This is a crazy Love, Death, and Robots about like this river god. And she had all these like gold on her. And like these military people wanted it. But when you get close to her, she screeches. And then it caused them to go crazy and drown. But it was a fucking intense, because it looks photo real, but everything is like CG. Maybe I can pull it out after, because I think StreamYard lets us watch it, right?
Yeah, they don't care. Yeah, I don't think they care.
I'll show you after. It's really good. Are you tight on time today?
Yeah. I think that's just gonna be the
ending.
The way we do things now.
You gotta go in 20 minutes?
Yeah.
All right. All right, the national anthem. That was oof. That was a hard one. There was a dick behind that butt of that pig. Not that we saw it, but that's what was being implied.
Yeah,
and everyone had to watch it in their nation.
They didn't have to. Everybody wanted to watch it.
Yeah, they wanted to watch it.
I think the government was telling people not to watch it. And everybody's like at bars and shit watching it, like ah.
And then
they
the person that did it just killed himself or something, right? Like
he wasn't caught. I can't even remember.
Yeah. 15 million merits. That's the one.
That's like one of my favorites, man. That is one of my favorites.
Glass on the neck. He got his big break with that one. What's his name?
That was a good
Get Out.
That was a good one. Yeah. That was like
high concept, super high. So future and advanced we're on fucking bikes for energy.
Yep. Or like his room, he can't cover his eyes to not look at the advertisement.
You have to watch advertisement.
It was dystopian. It was really good.
And
that's like
it's like a girl you liked, right? And then you have to watch her getting fucked. Literally fucked.
Yeah.
By the system. Good one though.
He funded her to get to be there.
Yeah. Ooh, the entire history of you. That was a spicy one.
That was good too.
Did you not like it? I liked that. I did. If you were suspicious of your lover, this is like
it's just a high tech version of somebody who's suspicious and like digging through anything they can get their hands on to try to find clues.
Social media, you're getting well, he used his past thing from the party that was being projected from another thing on the wall.
And he's looking at like reflections or some shit.
And then he saw him like kissing that dude, and she lied all about like even being connected to this guy. And he's like, and he was so jealous. He's like, "You're looking at her right now, aren't you? Like, you look at her while you have sex all the time."
Oh,
because we find out you can look at your past sex and like
yeah.
Oh, you probably jag off to her all the time with you. It's like, oh shit. That was a fucking if we get technology that crazy, game over with relationships. That's hard, dude.
Game over.
All right, next.
Oh, that was season 1. Oh.
Yeah. Series. Yeah, it started off British, but then it lost its British roots. I mean, the lock thing. Oh, Be Right Back. Oh, that was pretty good. It was a good discussion about if you only had what you represent yourself online, it wouldn't be a good representation of who you are. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. Cool.
One was good. I felt like that one was good. White Bear.
Yeah, where everyone's thinking, ooh.
Yeah.
You don't know why everyone's
yeah.
It's like
you're like
you're in it with her. You're in it with her. What's going on? Help me.
Yep,
and then someone like with this weird symbol starts hunting you. You're like, oh fuck, I gotta get the hell out of it.
Yeah.
You're in it with her, so you're scared for her. Oh.
Yeah. And you find out that she was a party to a murder of a kid. And this is like her prison sentence.
And it was like a national park. And then they let her loose every day.
Fucking A, man. Pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Crazy. All right.
The Waldo moment. That was all right.
It's not memorable. All I know is he gets replaced as Waldo and no one gives a shit. And then he's kind of like a homeless guy, and Waldo's like the mayor or something. Like he became the president or something.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It was weird. It's not the best one.
Oh, another only 3. Special. Oh, the White Christmas. That one was good.
White Christmas
That was
is really
interesting.
good. Because you didn't know at first what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good John Hamm. John Hamm episode.
John Hamm. Yeah, the way like because they were in that cabin, right? And it was like all flashback stories. Yeah, it was a good way to do it.
Yep.
But
also when they showed you being blocked by everyone and everyone was
like,
that was like high concept. Like I felt, oh shit, that would
suck. You just have like a just a blurred figure.
Yeah.
I'm blocking you in real life. Yeah, that was crazy.
How do you like pay for things and stuff? You can't even see your money. It's just.
Well, I think you're only blocked by certain people, right? Or is it blocked by everybody?
I thought the whole world is like blocked.
No, I thought it was just like certain people. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while.
From what I remember, everyone was like blurry to him in the end.
Oh.
Yeah. Anywho. Next one.
This was when Netflix took over, right?
Nosedive. Wait. Is that what the one's called? Oh, that's what it's called. Nosedive.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I think if you were to show someone a representation, this would probably be a high contender of like, hey,
for
check
what
out...
Black Mirror is about.
Yeah, like high concept kind of thing.
Her desperation to get her fucking rating up, but it's a good commentary on like what social media does to people. But then like if that translated to your value in the world.
Well, it's happening right now with China, right? So, it's a cautionary tale.
I'm gonna have to ask you to step aside and go outside. And like and
everyone's watching, so it's like everyone's giving you dislikes and stuff. It sucks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything felt fake. Until the end.
The whole world, right?
Truck driver and everything.
She's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm at 1 point, whatever.
Playtest was good.
Oh man, that was crazy.
Where he couldn't tell that he was out of the game, like it was still happening.
Yeah. But didn't at the end it was like it happened in like an instant or something? But we were seeing it.
Did he fried his brain?
I think so.
Because he used his phone or something. Yeah, fried his brain.
Yeah, he didn't listen to them. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. He's like, well, don't leave any evidence that he's here or some shit like that.
Right? Yeah. That one was like, what?
But I like how like, little did you know you're in the game right now. Can you believe if you're like talking to someone and then you're just like, hey, just like, you know that thing I was telling you about? You're in it right now. Don't freak out. Like in Inception. Don't freak out. You know, you might cause your subconscious to attack me. Just take it easy. They just know I'm in your dream right now. This is a good one.
I feel like this season, this first one that was on Netflix was really strong. Like it had like, just looking at like, this one, Shut Up and Dance. I really like.
Oh, are you saying those weren't Netflix owned? Those first seasons?
No, those were like originally on like some British channel. Netflix bought them after. Yeah, see Channel 4.
The production got way higher after they bought them for sure.
Yeah, season 3 was the first one that Netflix bought when it was under Netflix.
Nice.
And I feel like that first season under Netflix was really strong. Yeah. Nosedive, Playtest, Shut Up and Dance. I really liked that one. That one was cool.
Oh, I felt like that was maybe one of those old ones. Like it still felt of
I guess so. It did feel, yeah.
Maybe they just never
because it was
put it in there.
Released it.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, because it was British, right?
It was British. It felt kind of similar to the bear one. The white bear. Was it white bear? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, white bear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or,
So
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that was like, hey, we have dirt on you, and I'm gonna make you do things. And oh, okay.
Because it was more like something that could happen today, more present, right?
Yeah. See, they're all about what could go wrong with technology. I think that's what technology.
That's the moral of the story here.
That's what Black Mirror is about. What could go wrong with technology?
What it was about.
Did Loch Ness?
Sanji.
What went wrong with the Loch Ness one? There's nothing wrong with technology. No, it's just a VHS that you played.
Loch Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
werewolves.
I think they ran out of ideas.
Demons. Come on, okay.
They ran out of ideas. That's just the
Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones all over Crystal Skull. San Junipero. So that's a good one too. That's high up there.
Good. People love that one, and the fact that you didn't know exactly what was going on.
If you want a lighthearted one to like, someone's like, oh, I don't like suspense. Get them started with San Junipero. Like,
this is the lightest one.
It's super light.
Happy ending.
Yeah, right. They're all living together on a database. That's happy, right?
I don't know.
She's happy.
Is it them?
But she backed down on what she said, like, oh, I'm gonna just die and be with.
But that's like a real argument, like that people want to get uploaded into some metaverse, right? I don't know, man.
When we're 80, what are we gonna be thinking?
Maybe, but what if you're robbing yourself of whatever happens after death?
There was I think I was like listening to Marquez, and you can record. I guess there's random phrases you have to say, and basically it makes your voice into like a Siri, so you can live, like you can have a voice that like sounds like you talking, but like the way Siri does. I think this is like, and he was saying it's kind of cool if like you're about to lose your voice because you have like some kind of disease, and instead of having a computer voice talking like this, like what's his name?
It's a more like
it's
your voice.
But because you uploaded it, thank God, like there's a copy of your voice that you can use. It's a little scary that what it can be in the future, and then we can create AI versions of us talking to our grandkids. That's gonna be crazy.
AI. Uncharted territory.
Hey Grandpa, what do you think of this? And it'll use all the things that you ever talked about. Like, I don't like it.
I don't like it. Whatever. When I was actually alive.
Like, it's gonna take all our podcasts and upload it. And it's like, what do you think of this topic? I don't like it.
I don't like it.
That's what we're gonna say to my grandkids. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Damn kids. Back in my day, we had Game Boys.
Game Boys. We played outside. I walked to school when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
It was not a problem.
Yeah.
And against fire.
Oh, that's the one where you look at your enemy.
The bugs, roaches.
High concept, not my favorite.
It was playing into like the entire history of you, kind of, right? As far as like altering your perception.
Yeah.
Based on your vision. Can you trust your eyes?
Yeah.
And it was kind of like
we've always done that. Or like maybe like Hitler would be like, like
dehumanizing, right?
Dehumanizing. But you're doing it visually.
Yeah.
Kind of fucked up. Roaches. They're not roaches.
Hated in the Nation.
That was long. This is drawn out.
Long. I don't know. I don't think it was the best.
I think in the end, I was happy that person got what he deserved, but if I'm trying to think about if I remember the story very well, I don't, and that's why it wasn't good.
I really don't.
Yeah.
Series.
It's about lasting impact, right? It's about how much I think about it after I watched it.
Yeah, I can't even really. I know the beats. That's all I remember.
This
and
one,
I remember
I
being
thought
long.
this one, I was like, oh shit, like.
Oh, the Callister. That was good.
I liked it.
Yeah.
And the budget was way up there. They spent a lot on that Star Trek look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
yeah.
I love how it's dramatic. Like, oh, this is super visualized, and this is real world where they look really normal and average.
Yeah, it was like the AI. Well, not even the AI. Like the copy assistants, like from the John Hamm one, right? Same concept. Yeah.
But it was good. I mean, it was weird to make copies of the people you know and like torture them, like make them like listen to me, because I can't say that in real life.
Because I'm a bitch
it's like
in real life.
Can you imagine
welcome to my world?
Someone just pops in, you don't even know how his day went, but like just happens the character,
they're all walking on eggshells, right?
The character in real life pissed off the guy and it's like, okay, and then hey, how's it? Oh shit, why do you have to take off your head and make you suffocate? Why are you doing this to me?
Right? What did he do? He didn't do it. Jeez, you fucking guy. Ass. You ass.
But if they weren't real and they were like video game characters, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they're a GTA character. No, I'm saying, where's the line? Like if I made copies of my friends and I beat them up in GTA and I did rocket launchers, it's funny, right? Like, fuck you, bitch. You know, but the fact that they're so real and doing it, that it's like, ooh. Then you're like really imagining killing them or doing whatever to them, you know? Where's the line? Where's the line?
The line, consciousness. That's the line, I think. That's the line. I think it's cut and dry, my friend. Archangel. That one was like the overprotective mother, right?
Yeah, and
what was
high
it, like
concept.
A tracker on the dollar?
It was an iPad that could see through her eyes.
Oh,
so she could see what.
And she was still using it when she got older or some shit.
Yeah, she caught her having sex, and that was weird.
What do you expect? What do you expect?
High concept, but not memorable.
Oh, yeah. Crocodile. Was that the little dog? Oh no, that was this one was what was the thing on this one?
She killed someone. Yeah, it was high concept. She killed someone and they went through people's memories to find evidence.
Oh, to find her.
And they got her through a gerbil.
Years later, right?
They got her through a gerbil's eyes. That she killed like a little kid to like, you know, to stop like anyone from knowing.
Something
she had to
like
keep killing witnesses that knew.
Yeah.
That saw
her. Kill you. I gotta kill you.
Do you remember the Mad TV chip thing where he accidentally kills the bird and then it's like, my bird, how could you kill it? Oh, I didn't mean to. And then he chokes the guy who owns the bird, and then the mailman comes in. Here's the mail. Oh, wait, I gotta kill you. And then someone else keeps coming, and there's all these dead bodies, and it's all because he didn't want him to find out the bird was dead.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
No,
anyways,
but it sounds like
it's so Mad TV, dude. It's so mad. Anyways, we gotta get through this list. Now you gotta go.
Yeah.
All right.
Hang the DJ. Oh, this one I really like too. I like that it was like showing simulation on their match percentage down.
And I didn't see it right away. Did you think of it as a this is all algorithm simulation. I thought it was like an extensive dating service where you go to a resort and
that's what I thought too. It's like, nah. But then to find out that it was all like the fucking algorithm, it's like, whoa, that's cool. See, this is the shit. This is this is Black Mirror.
High thinking, man. High concept. I'm gonna say that all the time. High concept.
High concept. Metalhead.
And
that
then
one too with the
and when he's like, oh, should I look at how much more time? And he's like,
and he did, and that
40 years,
time, right?
Oh no, what did I do?
He looked because he looked.
We had a pact. You broke it. You broke our trust.
Yeah. But they ended up together in the real world.
Yeah, they did. But they went through a lot of sex.
Was it like
a lot
98%?
of people?
What? 99.8.
Even like lady on lady, maybe guy on guy, but they never showed it.
See, it was all part of the fucking simulation. Like they're running the what's you call? See
all the outcomes.
And they did it. They did it.
Metalhead. That was scary. That was like a scary man. It was
it's like a Terminator dog.
If that happened and it was that hard to like run from that, and then the fact that more of them came
fucking
after
relentless. Just give up.
Yeah,
because you can't reason
it's like what would military be like in the future, kind of thing. It's crazy. Black Museum. I
felt
it was really cool that they made it a shared universe. It was around the time like Marvel was doing shared universe, so it's like, oh shit, shared universe. This is kind of cool, you know?
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, it's cool because like I don't know, I never really thought that
anthology. Like these were all.
Yeah, it was anthology. It was.
It's an anthology of an anthology.
Yeah.
The doctor that like could feel the pain, and then he like used it to like for sex and slapped and like started like choking, and then like he liked. Do you remember he was having sex with his nurse?
Watch it again. I can't remember. I gotta watch it again. It's been a while.
He had a helmet that made him feel anything that the other person
sounds vaguely familiar.
But he would make the other lady wear it and then feel what she's feeling having sex. So she's feeling his thing and her at the same time.
Yeah.
But then he wanted more.
He took it too far or something.
He started slapping her and then like hurting her.
Yeah.
And then he really wanted to feel pain. He was addicted to pain.
That's some kink.
Hey, we like to get choked here and there. You and me.
We do. It's a kink though. I don't think it's a kink.
Speaking of
kink,
wait, too early. Bandersnatch. It was fun.
What do you think of this one? It was a good concept, right? The choose your adventure. That he became aware that you guys making this happen to me, you fucks.
Yeah, it was a fun thing to get excited about in the moment.
Yeah,
I remember everyone
didn't really catch on though.
I remember
that thing.
At least my family talked about it.
Yeah. But I mean, as far as like Netflix doing the choose your adventure
stuff.
thing, yeah, it kind of didn't last.
I remember seeing like some guide like choose your adventure, but like wild man survive type of shit. Should I go with the snakes or should I go up this hill? And it's like you have to choose what he should do, and it's kind of cheesy.
I felt like those were kind of cheesy though.
Yeah,
the choose your adventure shits.
Our
favorite episode.
We have a YouTube thumbnail with them. There it is. We just found it very funny just because it was friends of gaming and me and Miguel game. And we're just imagining.
When I was watching it, I was just like, all I could think about, this is kind of uncomfortable. This makes me comfortable.
When you started it, did you know it was going that route?
No. But when he picked the female character, I'm like,
Oh man, look at the boobs and stuff. Yeah. And the fact that he's like, like I go in that game and then I have sex with other characters. I even have someone else play your character, and like, man, no one compares to you. And then his wife allows him every like month or so.
Once a year.
Fuck your buddy in the game. Once a year to go.
Yeah, I think on his birthday or some shit.
Have a good
Happy birthday, you fuck.
Hey, buddy, let's fight and then make love.
That's okay.
But then they met in real life, and it's like, no, I guess we're not
normal.
gay.
Yeah, because they kissed and like, dude, this
isn't what I'm looking. I'm not looking for this. I only like you in the digital realm.
I like you in the digital, man. It's so weird. Look at that eye. Look at that girl's eye. It's creepy.
And looking up at him.
Yeah.
Why don't you care about me? Smithereens.
What is this one again?
This was the one where like the guy like.
Oh. And then everything goes back to normal.
Yeah, hostage and like Topher Grace is like the head of some big company or some shit.
And it seemed like everyone was like, "Come on, let's make something happen." And he dies, and it seems like, oh, back to normal.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back to meditate. Yeah, it was trying to tell a story. Get it? All right, next one. Rachel, Jack, and Ashley.
What's her name? What's her name? Miley Cyrus, the Miley Cyrus one.
Oh, okay. I had no idea by the title.
That was the title, right? Yeah, yeah.
Fine.
We already talked.
Yeah.
It was okay. Better than Smithereens.
Yeah.
And then
how did you react? How did you react to like when you first saw it? I was like, oh, what? What's going on? And like, I thought it was really fun, like seeing everyone else react to her life. And like, oh shit, that's
I can't even remember it, dude. I don't remember it that well.
Well, it was like, she started off her day and she went to work and she fired someone, and then she went to visit an ex and was like, hey, I'm in town for a little, and then
wait, you're talking about Joan is Awful?
Yeah, didn't I say we're talking about Joan?
No, I thought you were talking about
the Miley. So you're picturing Miley this whole time.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. That one, like I said, that one was my favorite episode season because it was the most Black Mirror.
Yeah,
and I feel like they were using that one in the advertisements a lot, so I kind of knew what the concept was going to be.
I didn't see the trailer, but I saw like Salma showing her cleave as she normally does, and I was like, how is she gonna get roped into that's a good Salma impression. That was good. You had the tongue action too.
Yeah. There's a movie with her and Owen Wilson that you should watch on Amazon Prime. That was really good.
Yeah.
Because that one was kind of Black Mirror-y now that I think about it.
Really?
Dude, what was it called? Salma Hayek.
I did think it was.
Wilson. Sorry. I didn't mean to. Bliss. Oh, okay. It was called Bliss. If you ever want to watch something.
I didn't mean to bliss.
But how Selma would get roped into it.
Yeah. And at first I was like, okay, how is this streaming service doing this? And I thought it was like magical.
I knew immediately. I was like, terms of service, fucking terms of service. Just like that South Park episode. I don't know if you remember the Human Centipede one.
Yeah.
Terms of service, man. The fucking because nobody reads that shit. They could put anything in there.
Streamberry.
Yeah. Netflix trolling themselves.
Yeah. And it was just very cool because it's like, okay, it's like, whoa, this is happening now. and like he's gonna see what's gonna happen about that dinner and thing with the ex. And literally, I know, like, oh shit, it's still going, and like, I think that's where the concept started becoming fun because like, it's like, oh shit, this is like, there's a next day.
Play by play of what's going on.
Yeah. And then you actually see her watching the show, and it's really cool that the person playing Salma Hayek is what's her name?
It was can't remember, but it was like the different levels. It was
and I was like,
a good concept.
Yeah.
And then they showed original Joan, and she was just a regular lady.
Yeah. I like. Did you watch to the very end, or did you skip?
Yeah. What do you mean?
I don't know if they show you all the. I don't know if they go to the next episode for you or anything, but after the credits at the very end, they did the church scene with the original girl, where she had diarrhea, and they're showing what happened because she was a source about you know her shitting in her pants and having the dick.
No, what
you
the
didn't
fuck?
see that?
Why do they? No, why do they do that shit? Why do they? I hate that they do that.
I know what I had to do. What I had to do was like keep watching credits, and that's how I found it. And
how'd you know? Did you do that intentionally?
I decided to just do it, and
that's fucked up though, because then like I never saw that because Netflix is so hot to get you to fucking binge it.
Yeah, Streamberry, but yeah, it was her. It was her doing the original thing, but man, it's really weird once she acts the thing and then like the roles change. I'm like, what? Like,
yeah, it was cool.
You know, yeah. I remember I had to pause and like talk about it. Just like, wait, what? So this and
Source Joan, because that's what she said. She's like, well, it's not my choice. Whatever happened already happened.
I'm very much of a pauser, and I like to talk, but I know some people are like, let it play out, but I'm like, what? I need to figure out things in my brain. And I like to talk about it with my wife before like we find out. Oh, did you hear that?
Pauser.
I'm a pauser.
Yeah, we do every now and then. Probably not as much.
Yeah. Black Mirror, good show. Yeah. Just went off the hinges.
Downhill
with the demons and the werewolves, but maybe they'll hear from us and other people that
we'll see. I think they're just out of ideas.
Yeah, and it took them so long, and then we have high expectations.
I think that's the truth. They ran out of ideas, so I think it's run its course, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I think this podcast has run out of its horses, man. So why don't you tell the people where they can get more horses at, where they can continue to run?
All right, people, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and listen to us wherever you do podcasts. Until next time.
Peace.
See ya.
Nice. Good shit. Small bladder today. Didn't have to pee at all.
Yeah, I didn't drink. Big bladder. Big bladder.
Yeah. Do you not want to figure it out? Okay.
What was it again? Speed test.
Just test.
No, yeah. Let's just leave it. Let's not embarrass anybody.
Anybody? It's only you or me.
I.e. me. Let's not embarrass anybody.
I'm sure a lot of brains worked on this, but whoever had the biggest cock won. You know, I have the last say, bitch. Put the cock on the table, you know. You see this? This is why I make the rules.
You don't want to be with me, huh? Blood everywhere.